www.khosifm.co.za. Coming to you live again on www.sihongwaneholdings.co.za. Coming to you live again on our Facebook page, Khosi Tsile Sihongwane, and our YouTube page, The Khosi Tsile Sihongwane Live Show. This is Khosi Sihongwane today on a Monday political discussion one-on-one. I'm with Apostle Nhlanhla Sibanda in the studio. And Apostle Sibanda, today we are going to talk about a very touchy subject. Stop picking on Zimbabweans. Hallelujah. The number is 064-548-776. You want to be part of this show, but tonight it's going to be a heated debate, I believe, but most of us going to be more productive debate because we're going to talk about something that affects millions and millions of Zimbabwean lives in South Africa and South African lives as well. 60 million of us in this country as well. As we know, we have seen the huge influx of Zimbabwean nationals and the other nations which are in South Africa. We have seen an influx of almost, I don't know if it's 2 point something million. This man will be able to tell me how many Zimbabweans are here, both legally and illegally. King.
You make me sound like a Home Affairs official.
No, maybe you might know okay, how many are they in a way, okay, numbers, I think we don't say how much are we talking. But anyway, the number is 064-548-776. If you want to correct us and tell us, people, how many people are here in South Africa, we will be able to do that. So Mutisi Banda is in the studio with us. Now, sorry, we started a little bit at behind time because you know mogutul le toka se fela ka mkhorizinga tenga stonza go gae mogutul toka se fela so ne mogutul pila ka se fela sa tap and run re me botlatse le skale. Like reminder again, the number is 064-548-776. It tlogile remote. But if we can go further, our sponsor for tonight ke say, and then we'll talk right after this. This show is brought to you by Sihongwane Medical Services and Clinic. They are a private clinic situated in number 70 Dwefengesgras in Westview, Danville. They specialize on the following: primary health care, ailment diagnosis and treatment, including medication, wound care, family planning, well baby clinic, basic ultrasound, laboratory blood services, treatment of chronic illnesses, treatment and management of patients on ARVs, wellness screening, antenatal clinic, HIV services and counseling. They have a pharmacy on site and they are doing CCMDD services as well, OHS clinic, circumcision clinic and abortion services. Their cell phone number is 064-548-7176 or 071-422-8576. Again, the address is 70 Dwefengesgras in Westview, Pretoria West in Danville. Cell phone number again is 064-548-7176 or 071-422-8576. All right, that's our sponsor for today. Is Sihongwane Medical Services and Clinic. Ke private clinic in number 70 Dwefengesgras here in Westview in Danville. You wanna visit them, but visit there. But tiba medical aid, you only take cash, which is 350 consultation yabona, and the medication is separate as well. Yeah. Okay, Mutisi Banda dumela khosi rona repeat ya risiame. Oh, sorry. Yes, ke shamurelaka. Ke letso admit fanaka ke like unmute ka speed da re bue sentle na lwena. So Mutisi Banda is here to talk to us today about a very nice topic, airing stop picking on Zimbabweans. He's a Zimbabwean national himself. Mutisi Banda from Kanajika Kwai.
Sorry?
Where's home? Like home Zimbabwe.
In Zimbabwe, I'm from Bulawayo, Matebeleland.
Also, you are in Ndebele?
Not really, I'm Zulu.
You are Zulu, okay.
Yes, but you see, in Zimbabwe, you've got two major, you can divide Zimbabwe in two major provinces, if I may put it that way.
Okay.
So you've got your Mashona land, which is the northern part of Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Then you've got your, thank you. Then you've got your southern part of Zimbabwe, which is where now you are in Matebeleland.
I see.
Now in Zimbabwe, when you speak of Matebeleland, you are speaking of the Nguni tribes.
The Nguni tribes, all right.
That's where they are. So you are talking of your Ndebeles, your Zulus, your Xhosas.
I see.
Then in that same province, you've got your vendors. You've got
the vendors are there as well.
Yeah, you've got your vendors.
Yeah.
Your Bariking. Machangane or Tsonga speaking people.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Then you've got your Bemba and these are the minor tribes that are there. But So that's how Zimbabwe generally is structured. So the northern part, you've got your Shona-speaking people, and
Yes.
that's how it is.
All right, Muruti, before I get this whole conversation today, please greet the listeners, welcome them, and then tell them who you are and why you're here today.
Now, the Gaskua or Gaspedi or
Either
Gastswana,
way. Maybe I got English across the board because some people don't understand. So maybe we can do it in English. It's fine.
Sometimes I get confused with Hekana, what language do I really speak? What is my mother language?
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Inhlanhla. Spanda, brackets, Nyoni. I'm a Zimbabwean national.
Yes, sir.
Happily married to my wife, Nyasha, and we are blessed with 4 beautiful kids.
Yes.
And I've been in South Africa since 2008.
2008.
Yeah.
All right.
To date, and I've worked for one of our universities as a res manager and a supervisor at one time. And then during that time, I ended up being a pastor.
A pastor. So you didn't come as a pastor, Peter?
No, I didn't come as a pastor.
So you got your vision here?
Yeah, I didn't come as a pastor.
Okay.
I just came as an ordinary person who is looking. What I would say at the time, I used to say I'm an economic refugee.
Yeah.
But only to find that something that I've always been running away from while I was back home.
Yes.
Is I can't run anymore. It's just catching up with me.
Which is
my calling, being a servant.
Also, you ran from home because you're cold.
Not really. I used to avoid people. Many people would push me to say, go to Bible school.
Yes.
And enhance your calling and so on and so forth. And I kept on dodging it.
Yeah.
I'll find my excuses because professionally I'm trained as a shoe designer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my profession. I went to school for it. I was trained for it.
So you can make shoes?
Yeah, I can make shoes.
Nice.
I can design shoes.
Yeah.
Basically I'm a stylist and a technical shoe designer.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Let's now get to the point. The number is 064-548-776. This one is going to be until we finish. So it might be as long as possible. Don't worry. But before we can go further, I've got one. I almost forgot shame. In Togalang, guys, I've got only one announcement that I am going to make now from one of our committee members of Ward 6. There's a crisis of somebody and then they can't afford so I've asked her, listen, I'm going to call her and then she'll let us know what's happening. Her name is Oskoni. She's part of the ward committee members of the new ward committee members here. So because now not keep where the wailing category, I wanted to make it clear that she herself can tell us what's happening because she spoke of there's a death, the piece next to Centra, and then people can't afford anything. They managed to get a mortuary which demands 19,000 rands from them, and that they've got nothing, like zero. So she's asking us, can people maybe help out to raise that fund? So I'm going to give you a call, and then I can be able to let her another word say, got her own words for the what is happening, and then we'll take it from there. So guys, remember the number is still 064-548-776, and if you want to be part of this today's show, please do so by sending me a WhatsApp on the same number, or you can send us a voice note as well. You can play your voice note live on air, and they can be able to know and hear. So let me just call Oskoni Kapele Muruti before then we can be able to go on and then so think about this thing. Are we picking on Zimbabweans? Are we picking on Zimbabweans? And are we only picking on them as a nation, or do we really pick on anybody who's actually an illegal foreigner in this country? That's the question today. So please use the number 064-548-776. Oskoni dumela so guy.
Hello.
Hello, Oskoni guy. From Kosi FM, welcome you live. I was just announcing what you wanted to announce about the death area go Denville. Can you maybe just tell the listeners what is happening in Denville and then how can they help?
Hello.
Hello, me.
Jalika.
Hey, who am I speaking to?
You're speaking to Portia.
Hi, Portia. Ke kopa re botse gore ke Kgosi from Kgosi FM. You are live on air, my dear. Kopa re botse gore what's happening ka taba ya ko Denville eo ya lesu eo. So that listeners can understand and know how can they help.
Okay, Modin RDP tsa mo Denville mo Solar Center.
Yeah.
Ra tlhaetse ke bothata mo lining event e gele ko number 151 go nna makgowa. So makgowa ao a itshokolla. Ona bereka ngona motho a irang. So go tlhokofetse o mo one mabane.
Okay.
Ka bo ma 12 ya Monsare.
Yeah, okay.
Ebe community sabe ya tshwanna gore enye ke thuso ba kra thuso around past 9 so posa isitsere around past 9 ya boshu since a tlhokofala 12 ya Monsare a tloga past 9 ya boshu le no go sa sokodiwa ka taba ya gore go ba misitseng ke moshare ba o bitsang Gauteng. So moshare o la Gauteng o nyaka 14,000.
All right.
Which is 14,000 e abana yona total. The community a bana yona gore ba ka ba thusa ba arrange tsa yona gore ba kgono boloke.
I see.
So ne re khopela donations mo batho ba ka kgona gore donate la cause le no re ya kana le counselora. Re sokola go ya ka le baka la gore tshantse e re arrange taba ya gore motho a bolokile.
Okay. I see.
Mobile ke WhatsApp rest a ke tswa ke ba mo arrange ya government.
Yeah, yes. Like to be buried as a pauper or to be buried as what?
Sorry?
To be could you work a government funeral? Is it going to be a pauper government funeral or is it going to be what?
Are ya proper ya government le hore ba ithusa for free ba thusa batho le hore ba itsokolla for free hore ba khona ba re ba krele mokoti and stuff ba le box ba krele hore di funeral le hore di thusa le government.
Yeah.
Gore batho ba bolokege go mahala me re ka thuso e from country ya rena gore sokola mo kry a re tlo go ahead ye ba eng so engwe ne re khopela ngi donation. Gore motho a khona bolokege.
Okay, see. So where can they call and send those donations? Call in a cell phone number or do you have what a WhatsApp group, something like that?
From now, bakana arika di cell phone hore ba tlo phonela kae but I think mo yona number yona bakana ba re phonela go tlo la tlhela taba tsa di donations gore go tla go tlo tshedisa or go tla go tlo check gore go tlhokega fa le ka tsene re khura ka mojarateng and le RDP ya bona a ena mabone a ena metsi go rontsha ke batho le gore na ba sa ba patele rent so ba ba tinetse mabone ba ba khaolela le metsi.
Okay, I see. So the number thank you 079 157 5265 again.
Yes.
So people can call,
number
so people can call there and make those donations. Banal muruto ka mo hitlang
le moruti a rena yena thank you le moruti a rena yena re khopela ba ba ka khona go thusang ba ka tla ba tlo re thusetsa o kreke e ka khona ba tla ba re.
Okay, that's fine. No, I believe for the people of the message Bafanas, and then I know people donate. And but what's the address of the place again? House number
151 Giant Eagle Owl.
151
Modi RDP Center.
Giant Eagle Owl again.
Owl.
All right.
Yeah.
Come RDP Center. Okay, it's fine. Thank you, dear. I'm sure the message by Ukwil and then I'm sure people will respond. So when is the preferred funeral gonna be? So when do you think the funeral can be? This coming weekend or during the week? People can know what's the deadline.
So they're planning more this weekend.
This weekend, okay. No, it's fine. And then we'll take it from there. Ne?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so very much. Gentlemen, ladies, about 60, anywhere else you're listening to us, you heard there's a funeral actually, more what 60 where we are residing. On RDP's next to our central supermarket, like not in the CBD of Denville, but in the middle of Denville. So this person passed away yesterday around 12, and he was only picked up around 9 o'clock in the evening. Imagine the whole day in this heat with with a corpse inside the house. So the people are very poor. I hate that word, but they are very poor and they can't afford anything. So they've been trying to get over the council of this ward, which is Mr. Mpati. I don't know why is he not knowing what's happening in his ward at the moment. But at the moment, Copa, please, any donations that you need can be able to make to the people, because but omo the moshari wa Gauteng. I think it's Gauteng Funeral Parlor, right? And they want 19,000. They might not even want to release the body, by the way, because they want to get that money off, storage and whatnot. So if anyone out there has something to give, please give out to the people about doing it. Then the number to call is 079 157 5267. Here, Oskoni, she is one of the committee members, Ward 60. So talk to her, please, and then we'll take it from there. And then the address, if you want to go and check how can you help with your hands, K151 Giant Eagle Owl, more Denville, more the RDP Central. Remember, Abana Maize, because they've not been able to pay for those services. So please help us out, help each other. Tusa, my number is 0645487776 if you want to get more clarity on that. But there was 079 157 5267. Yeah. All right, let's talk about this thing. Why do you think how many Zimbabweans do you have in South Africa? Maybe to your knowledge.
The ones I know is 178,000.
Those that are what? That are what? Legal or illegal ones?
Those are legal ones.
That are legal ones. With the papers, they make a bill. As Sunday.
Those are the ones I know
that are legal,
that have the same permit that I have, Zimbabwe exemption permit.
So that ZEP now is being given another year extension. All right.
Yes.
So how many are there in did you say?
178,000.
So 178,000 people with ZEPs are in this country, which are legal. But then how many are the illegal ones? Do you know the number?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because roughly it's around 2 million. Somebody help us there. 064548176. There was how many legal Zimbabweans do you have in this country?
Right.
Zimbabweans.
Can I ask the question?
Yes.
How do you know there are 2 million yet they are illegal?
But I can never estimate them, kids. That's what Home Affairs said.
Estimate?
That's what Home Affairs said. Over 2 million Zimbabweans are in South Africa.
You know, the only correct number you can give is knowing the capacity of a place that humans can habitate.
Okay.
One understand?
So you're saying there might be more than that? Then, hey.
There might be more, there might be less.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Because, for instance, if let's say FNB Stadium or Orlando, right? It takes, let's say, 90,000. That's when you can be exact with your estimates. You can't be far out, you can't be far in.
Okay.
So I always hear people saying that. Some they even blow the number to 6-7 million.
Yes.
Then you are telling us simple.
Yeah.
There are no people in Zimbabwe.
They're all here.
Yeah.
All right.
You understand?
Yes.
Because the smallest country in the world has got a population of less than 1 million. One understand?
Where? In Zimbabwe?
No, I'm saying the smallest country in the world.
Yes.
Or a smallest island has got a habitation of 25 human beings living in that island.
Yeah.
One understand?
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying I don't want to work in that way. Or discuss in that way. Because these are just mere fabrications of people who want to control a certain narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because how do we prove that there are more than 2 million?
All right. No, it's fine. Over 064548776. How do we prove we've got over 2 million Zimbabweans in South Africa?
Yes.
So somebody Home Affairs say, Mama Dube, definitely retweets a kapila or botori. Where na as Home Affairs, I know how many do we have estimated over 2 million Zimbabweans in this country? So why do we say we pick up on Zimbabweans?
Right.
Let's get to that.
I think for the lack of a better word.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You used that phrase
to pick on them. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not that people are picking on Zimbabweans.
Yes.
People are just having differences with Zimbabweans.
Let's not make it mellow. Let's just be straight to the point.
No.
Because yesterday when we spoke now, you said to us, everything Zimbabwean. There's Zimbabwean. Crime Zimbabwean.
Yes.
So it comes to, are we picking up on Zimbabweans? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because for me, if I follow the current affairs, whether it's economics, whether it's spirituality, whether it's criminality, whether it's business, you name it,
Yes.
Right? Anything that goes wrong or that gets to be in a flawed state, it's in our country today. The finger is pointed at a particular group of people.
Yes.
Or race
Yes.
per se. Now, this is where I have a problem.
Yeah.
That why do we do that?
Okay.
Why?
Like you're saying, we are looking at a particular race.
Yes, a race or a people or a tribe. I don't know how, because for me, it's so disturbing.
Yes.
And even if you notice how I'm speaking, I'm not speaking as Zimbabweans. I'm saying we, meaning that I'm part of the society.
All right.
I'm part of the community.
Yeah.
So anything that goes wrong, right? Someone must be blamed.
Yes.
And why is it particularly Zimbabweans?
Okay. Before
Yes.
I got an answer how many of Zimbabweans in this country. So somebody sent me a screenshot of and how many foreigners are in South Africa first. And then during the census of 2022, showed that there are more than 2.4 million international migrants, which equates to just 3% of the total population, right? Most of these come from Southern African Development Community SADC region, which is 86%. And of these, 45.5% come from Zimbabwe, followed by Mozambique with 18.7% and Lesotho with 10.2%. And then they further go and said how many Zimbabwean people live in South Africa. Today, estimates suggest that between 1 and 3 million Zimbabweans live in South Africa, although this number fluctuates due to irregular migration and deportations. Yeah, this according to the census of this country that they did in that 2022 census counting. They got to know I get census anyway, and they count how many people in the house, but whether illegal or not. So that's how they come with that number of 3 million.
I love it because that report says estimated.
Yeah. Well, estimated,
Yes.
it can be plus minus. Does not mean that it's like 10 or 15 people, right? Yeah, it can be, or it can be 3 million, or it can be whatever number.
You
isn't it?
said, let us not be mellow.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
So
that's what's come off now.
if we are estimating, we cannot be exact, particularly when it comes to people that are not documented.
Yeah, but Muruti Bon, in their
Yes.
defense, I will say, it is estimated, they say total estimates suggest that between 1 and 3 Zimbabweans, 3 million are here because the number is not consistent, it fluctuates due to more influx coming in and due to deportations that are happening every single day. So obviously you cannot have an exact number of people are in this country at the moment who are illegal Zimbabweans. Again, whenever like those you know is 178,000
Yes.
that are having ZEPs, correct?
Yes.
But then here how many, because the number although these numbers fluctuate due to irregular immigration, that people coming in every single day, people being deported out here every single day. So obviously it can never be an exact number of, okay, listen, how many of you are here? 10. 1, 2, 3, 10. So let's just put it around the brackets of what census told us that, okay, we have 45%, no, 86%, actually, no, sorry, man. 45.5% of people who are here, who are foreigners, who are immigrants, are Zimbabweans. So let's trust on that then. Let's not put a number, okay, then 45% might be 10 million, 15 million, whatever. Let's just say from 86% of every migrant in this country, 45% of them are Zimbabweans. Can you work on that?
Let's work on it as long as we agree that I don't agree with that statement.
All right, champ. 064-548-776. Talk to us. What is your point? What is your questions? And then what do you think? And let's just be all respectful, like in that way. We are the Z word. I hate that word because it's something else. So 064-548-776. You were saying?
Yeah, I am saying,
yeah,
our challenge is that anything that goes wrong,
yeah,
we pinpoint a particular group,
which is Zimbabweans. Let's be straight to the point.
Yeah,
right?
Yes. In this case, of late, it's Zimbabweans.
Zimbabweans, yeah.
Okay? And I don't think it's fair. In fact, I believe it's not fair.
Yeah.
Because reason or logic defies the pinpointing.
Yeah.
For instance, a cable theft is blamed on how primary school.
Yeah, that's the question there. How does a Zimbabwean know for a cable amount 60 more, for example?
Yes.
A million.
Yes.
How does a Zimbabwean, because he says we always blame people, Zimbabweans, about this thing. How does Zimbabweans know where the cable has been laid years ago?
Yes, years ago.
Yeah.
I came here 2008, right? Let's say I decide to be a criminal and I want to steal cables.
Yes.
How will I know where that cable is laid?
Yeah.
I'm not an engineer. I told you my profession. I'm not an engineer.
Yeah.
350 kilovolts of cable.
Yes.
It's not like a cable of a plug.
Okay.
Of a heater.
Moroti, sorry for disturbing you. We've got a call coming in. Uzbonang, then we can be able to continue with our conversation. I don't know. Uzbonang, please call again. I was busy connecting the machine. Continue, I'm sure she will call back.
So my simple logic tells you that there is a narrative that is being pushed because it reasonifies that.
Okay.
If you really apply your mind.
How do they know where the cable is at?
Like now, I have an ordinary young man here. He decides to go to Zimbabwe or Zambia or Uganda.
Yes.
Early this year, I was ministering, doing my missionary work in Uganda for 6 weeks.
Yes.
The next thing, a cable is disappeared. Then I am blamed. How do I know in Uganda?
Yeah.
For goodness sake, the moment I arrived at the airport, somebody received me.
Okay.
Wherever I was going, they were telling me we're going this way. This is how we're going to get there, and so on. Someone was tour guiding me.
Okay. Osbanang, dumela guy. Nada murutheri dumela.
Dumela malikai. Kiti.
Dr. Kosilike.
Reteng me akar guy. What's your comment?
Yes, first I would like to comment about the number that you are saying is incorrect. I will give you a detailed figure: 178,000 current ZEP holders in South Africa.
Yes.
It is estimated that the 178,000 beneficiaries that are ZEP, each one of them have 4 dependents under them. So, how the calculation is 178,000 by 4 each. We are talking about Banababona and Tatesibanda ZEP beneficiary holder Utlele Mosadi Banale Bana already.
Okay.
So, meaning for both permitting A1, here a member A1,
yes,
Econocera almost 4. They said minimum 4. That was during a court case, ZEP. And then how estimated it's over 1 million. It is ZEP. We are not going those who are on general work visas. We are not going to those who are just roaming in our villages. I'm not talking about the cities anymore.
Yes.
These people are in our deepest areas. So he doesn't agree with the number. We're not going around. We are going Bosman. Just go to Bosman tomorrow.
Yes.
It's like go Harare.
Okay.
Bosman. Go Harare. I'm talking about Kobora Simbek.
Yeah.
But you see as arrested.
Yeah.
If he can answer that. Who are the people who got arrested?
Okay, let him answer that.
Okay, thank you, Mama, for the question. One thing I want to be clear about is that I don't approve crime.
Yes.
If a Zimbabwean is caught committing crime, he must be arrested.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah.
It's not something that we should debate.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Whether I have a ZEP, whether I'm a legal immigrant, once I'm caught committing a crime, it must be dealt with just like that.
Yes.
Like Mamashi is saying,
yes,
that during COVID, Zimbabweans, according to her, Zimbabweans were caught stealing a railway line.
Can we be fair? Is it according to her or according to the news reports that we have?
No, not according to me. It's not according to me. It was according to it was not according to me. It was according to Pikile Mbadula, who was a minister by then.
Okay. 9
out of 10 people who were arrested who were vandalizing the railway were Zimbabweans, and 1 was a Mozambican.
That's
The
fine.
people that were arrested, it's the same situation as what is currently happening now in Stilfontein.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So you cannot say we should stop pinpointing. And then when you ask us if you are not an engineer, let's go to City Power right now. What is the workforce? Who are the core contractors of City Power right now?
Okay.
Who are they?
All right.
Can he answer that? I think he's not an engineer. Maybe he's looking at this point of view, not knowing what is really happening on the ground. Can he answer those questions for us?
Right, Mama. I think what I need to make clear.
Can you maybe answer that question?
I am able to answer.
Yeah, who are the most engineers who City Power at the moment? Are they Zimbabwean or South African?
I don't have those stats. I don't work at City Power.
So you don't know?
Yes. What I know, you may find a Zimbabwean or a Bangladesh or whoever, a foreign national, working in any other government department.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Okay,
I cannot deny that.
Yeah,
but my point is this, that I don't refuse what Mama is saying. I don't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And I don't even approve crime.
Yes.
It's not right.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying, why I said Mama says so, because she's the one who presented the case to say this is what happened, right?
Yeah.
Fine. She's telling us now and the listeners that she had that information from Babo Figile Mbalula, right?
Yes.
Fine. I don't have a problem that.
Okay. But you accept what you say.
Zimbabweans, if they were caught doing that, it's a crime.
Yeah.
They should be arrested and go to the courts and be judged like any other person who has committed a crime.
But you accept do you accept as a fact? Like you said earlier, why do we pick up? Let me just use the pick on these Zimbabweans.
Yes.
That is could be one of the reasons, because many of them were caught doing this set of the crime.
Okay,
and maybe on the cable theft as well, when we catch the people there. Because I remember when I was there, like with a recent outage now, I was there where the cable got stolen. When I speak to the engineer, they said, no, but I was understanding. She never said specifically which ones are the foreigners who are doing this thing. So maybe it's because when those who were caught cable thing, it was mostly out of 10, 9 of them were Zimbabwean. Can you accept that one?
Like I'm saying, I'm not denying anything here.
Yeah.
They were caught committing a crime.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right. Whether you are Zimbabwean, whether you are not, if you are caught committing a crime, it's a crime.
Yeah.
It must be dealt with as a crime.
All right.
And someone must go and face the wrath of the law.
Yeah.
That's it. There is no way that a normal human being can commit crime and go scot-free.
Yes.
It's not right.
All right.
Above all, what Mama is saying is true. People are caught. The Sutus are caught.
Yes.
The Mozambicans are caught. Zimbabweans are caught.
Yes.
Nigerians are caught.
Yes.
South Africans are caught.
Yes.
So if one is caught committing a crime,
They must pay for the price, correct?
they must. Period. It's not something that we should debate.
Okay.
We should not debate that.
But then why do you
Because
think we are picking on Zimbabweans?
this is what I'm
We're
saying.
making noise in Zimbabwe,
Which is what I'm attempting to say, but I'm not being given a chance, because you asked me the question.
Yes.
Before I even get to the answer,
Yes.
Mama came in.
Oh, yeah.
We
No, apologies
understand.
about that.
Yeah.
Sharp.
So we need to understand that when we are saying picking, what are we saying?
Yes.
What is happening?
Like you are singling out one nation all the time, isn't it?
Yes, you
Okay.
are singling out one nation all the time.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Mama is talking about the facts. We also have facts. And let's bear in mind. Let's be,
Katlepele uswa ka mofepele chance mofepele chance uswa ka fetsa, then you come in. On those bona mofepele chance a fetsa uswa ka la go tsana ibile tla fetsa ne ke a itse yeah, maar mofepele chance a fetsa
now I'm not here to defend
yes,
anything wrong that Zimbabweans do.
are doing yes.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
That is not me.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, all I'm saying is that whenever a crime is committed,
Yes.
the perpetrators
Must go to jail.
must be dealt with.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's not my place. It's the place of the courts.
Yes.
And the relevant authorities.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So this is the whole idea.
Yeah.
So when we are saying picking on Zimbabweans, right? For instance, if a Zimbabwean is caught amongst a group of people
Yes.
committing crime,
Yes.
you understand?
Yeah.
Now, notice this, a group of people.
He's in between them.
Yeah, committing crime.
Yes.
He's in a group.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So if this group involves the locals, he mustn't be excluded and made being the major man.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Everyone in that group, I like what the mayor did in Lodiam.
Yes.
Recently,
for that transformer almost been stolen.
Yeah,
yes.
Our honorable mayor was here in Lodiam. Then they caught people stealing whatever the transformer,
yes.
right? And I love how she presented the case. She didn't pinpoint that South Africans, whatever.
Yeah.
She said the disappointing thing is that even our officials are involved.
Isn't it maybe it's because of that's what she found? She found most of the people who were thieving that was us, and it was more of, I mean, maybe let's say she found a group of people, and she found Zimbabweans who were 10 of them from the number. Would she be right by saying, oh, we caught 10 Zimbabweans doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Bon, you found a group.
Yes.
If you want to classify,
yes.
Don't be heavy.
Also, I feel like get off a chance. 2 minutes feel like get off a chance to where everything. So just be patient for 2 seconds.
Because if I find 10 people,
yes,
committing a crime,
yes.
Okay? If I need to be very specific about the stats,
yes,
right?
Yes.
I don't single out one grouping of people in that group.
All right.
I will be specific. There were 3 Americans, 2
Zimbabweans,
Zimbabweans. You understand?
Yes.
I don't really sit on one.
All right.
Because once you do that,
yes,
you are sending a certain signal that is not right.
Okay, sharp.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm understanding what Mama is saying.
Yes.
But what I'm saying to Mama is that I will never approve my fellow Zimbabweans or anybody for that matter to commit a crime.
All right.
And if anyone is found committing a crime anyway, it must be dealt as a crime.
All right.
Only when they are asked for the states to say, okay, give us the states, how are they, then you give us. But then when you start to saying it's Zimbabweans, then you don't tell us that the mastermind is South African or Nigerian.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Okay, sharp. I feel Usbana chance.
No. Dr. Kwesi, I refuse. Dr. Kwesi.
Hey, ma.
Dr. Kwesi.
Tell it.
Dr. Kwesi, I refuse. What Muruti is saying?
Yes.
He's not being true. He's not being true to himself and to the nation. Number one, South Africa now ranks at top 5 dangerous countries when coming to crime.
All right.
South Africa as what? As a nation.
Sheba.
As it is now, DSG doesn't classify the people that get arrested.
Okay, Osbonan,
doesn't classify. There is
Osbonan, let me call you back on a normal line.
The reason we want the nationality, the reason we emphasize the
Neger like phone back in the normal line because this WhatsApp number does not work well. Let me call you back in a minute and then call to the pillow. Or one like so like mo phone le pila mo ruti sentle atla re botse pila he point because ke utla bua to dikima so I want to know vele ka net gore e kae a shimo like mo kana ke mang o se bonang yeah, the number is still 064 Bakhechu 548 776. Rena Los Bonang on the line from Progressive Forces of South Africa and Rena Lemotisiban in the studio. We're talking about a very nice topic out of why Stumi must stop speaking on Zimbabwe. So let's give Osbonang a chance at Pila his whole point. Osbonang, I hope now can hear me Pila get me.
Hey, Dr. Kwesi.
Yes, because I don't what you were saying earlier.
Excuse, Karen Tatamuriti Kanya Ibuang, is not being truthful.
Okay.
South Africa as a country, it's ranked top 5 dangerous country when coming to crime.
Right.
Meaning nation South Africa.
Yes.
Nation South Africa.
Yes.
So, if crime is committed in South Africa, nationalities must be mentioned. Why should there was no need for the mayor in Lodiam to mention that those people are South Africa because we are in South Africa.
it's expected to have South African criminals.
Yes.
That if it's in Zimbabwe and they are Botswana people committing crime, Zimbabwe will mention 2 Botswana criminals were caught stealing gold. It will be mentioned. So why is it in South Africa people are expecting their nationality should be picked up or the crime was committed by this nation?
Yes.
Why? Okay. So he cannot say he approved what the mayor saying. For us as South Africans, we automatically took it for her not to mention the nationality. It means it's our people as expected. When we were building the prisons and jails, we were building them for South Africans, not for foreign nationals.
Yes.
Are from Zimbabwe. They are smuggled. They are being caught. Even the women are being caught with those explosives.
Okay.
When Badula was still a minister of police, he told the nation South Africa that the people who are committing ATM bombings in South Africa are Zimbabwe's the G40. I believe Muruti knows what is a G40. Those are the ex-Zimbabwean soldiers. We can name some on the radio, but because of we don't want to catch the lawsuits, we know them. Right. They know them. Who are those G40 members?
All right.
So he cannot come and say we should not pick up on the thing. If they really want to fix the mess, and we don't still understand as South Africans, why are we accommodating Zimbabweans and for how long? Yes. Our people, when they were accommodated during apartheid, they were put in the refugee camps in Zimbabwe. They were in 1983 before the bombings. There was a house, the one that Mugabe told the apartheid government, or yes, where they were hiding, that they had to bomb Bulawayo. They were hiding in those houses. They were not all over selling gizzards and corns there. They were not doing them. Okay. So when are the Zimbabweans going to fix their account?
Okay.
When? We are going to cover them until when?
All right. So so are you saying Robert Mugabe betrayed South Africa by saying he pointed the house?
Robert Mugabe was very clear from his speeches and everything.
Yes.
He said the fight of South Africa is for South Africans.
Okay.
Zimbabwe will be a transit country only. But that is the truth. Zimbabwe was a transit country.
All right. Hello. Oh, okay. Let's get her back quickly because there's another call coming through, Muruti, which I want to go back to. Maybe she was calling about the show as well. So I just asked them WhatsApp. Yeah, she says she's calling about the show. So I'm going to let her know. Listen, I will call you back and then we'll take it from there. All right. Now, the number is 064-548-776. If you want to be part of the show, please let me know. WhatsApp. Listen, Kosi, can you call me about the show?
The subscriber you have dialed is not.
Sorry. All right, it's fine. And then we can give it another call a chance. If you want to call in the show, please let me know. And then you can be able to give you a chance because how phone I will never know if the call is for the show or the call maybe for the clinic or for something else. So let me know. I'm trying to call you. I'm gonna call you now. Can I call you on the show? My name is
the subscriber you have dialed.
All right, let's give that a caller a chance, and then I can be able to give you a call, and then what is what I can add about. Okay, 43. Oh, okay. Let me give this caller first a chance, and I'm gonna give Osintando from Emma Petro the chance as well to come into the call. The number is still 064-548-776. Leaving WhatsApp, okay, the same number. So give us those suggestions, Alina. Yeah, I will the next caller came on. Is everything all right? Are you all right?
No, I'm fine.
All right.
I'm just reading here.
Hello, how are you? Welcome to Khosi FM. Hello, Khosi FM. Hello.
Hi.
How are you, ma'am? How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you so much.
And what is your name? Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Gauteng. It's Semi. My name is Semi.
Semi,
and
yes.
I'm calling in connection with a topic that's been spoken about.
Okay, Semi.
So
what is your opinion? What is your contribution to the show? Welcome.
Oh my goodness. I have a whole statement, but I'll rather reserve it for now. So I definitely agree because you won't like what I have to say. Rather not you, but Muruti won't like what I have to say.
I'll rather say it because we know what tiptoeing around each other is not going to help. But let us be respectful like it. But
all right, thank you so much for giving me. Thank you so much for giving me the go ahead. I highly appreciate. The thing is, I'm just going to call a spade a spade. You know what? Zimbabweans are here in South Africa in their thousands or millions, all right? Whether we're going to agree or disagree about that number, it doesn't actually matter.
Yes.
What matters is Zimbabweans are here and they are very disrespectful.
Okay.
They're calling South Africans names on a daily basis. We've been called stupid, uneducated, and all sorts of names.
Yes.
Zimbabwe is not far at all. Zimbabwe is just around the corner, a couple of hours away from South Africa. I don't see why. Rather, I won't speak on behalf of South Africa. I want to speak on behalf of myself.
Yeah.
I don't see why Zimbabweans are here in their millions. Zimbabweans are cowards. Zimbabwe should be fighting Mnangagwa. Zimbabwe should be fighting for their country.
Okay.
Zimbabweans are here doing all sorts of crimes, spiking roads, committing all sorts of crimes that you can think about. And they will never call each other out. Never.
All right.
They will never account. They will never apologize. Zimbabweans are here taking jobs that South Africa should be doing. And they don't even care. They don't care about our people being unemployed, South Africans suffering. We are not responsible for Zimbabwe. Zimbabweans are here in South Africa because of the ANC's incompetence.
Yeah.
They are here because of the government inability to enforce our immigration laws.
Okay.
So I have a question for Muruti. As a leader, as a pastor, as Muruti, why can't you mobilize your people and go back to Zimbabwe and fight Mnangagwa, fight for your country? Zimbabwe is a beautiful country. Why can't you go back and fight? Because you cannot stay in South Africa indefinitely. You've been there in South Africa. He said he's been here since 2008, 16 years ago. You came to South Africa. At any stage in the 16 years, have you ever thought, let me go back for my children's sake. Let me go back and fight for our country. We cannot. Zimbabwe is not a province of South Africa. We cannot have another country within a country.
Yeah.
Zimbabweans need to go back and fight for their country in simple. So I have a question.
Yes.
So
it's two questions,
ever?
right? It's two questions. The first one, why can't he mobilize other people and go back and fight for the country? What's the other one?
No, there's a question actually. The second one is Zimbabweans. they never call each other out. They never call each other out. Then the fact that they're saying crime is a crime. Crime is not a crime. Crime has a nationality.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So, did you hear what she said?
The last part, crime is.
Yes.
I didn't catch the last part.
Can maybe repeat the last part, my dear?
Crime what?
No, he said crime is crime.
Yes.
So basically, that's just a rhetorical question. He doesn't need to answer this one. I'm just saying, he said crime is crime.
Yes.
Okay, crime is crime, but crime, when it comes to South Africa, especially with all sorts of illegal foreigners here in South Africa, crime does have a nationality when it comes to South Africa. We want to know who's committing crime and where you come from. He doesn't need to answer this. He can just answer the one question.
The first question, why can't he go back and mobilize and go back and fix the country, right?
Mobilize the ones that are here, are here in their millions already, and tell them, let's go back, guys. Let's go fight for our country. South Africa is not our country. South Africa will never be your country. We're going to push back. We're going to push back as long as it takes.
Okay, thank you, Sammy. You listen on the radio, I believe. Then you can send your comment again. Go WhatsApp again 064548.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was Sammy from Gauteng. That's the question there. Why you, as a leader, spiritual leader, also organize those that you know, those who are around to go back home and fight Mnangagwa. Much as you said earlier, you are the economic migrant, right? You came here economic migrant, and why can't you go back home and then fix?
Right.
What's broken?
I think it's a matter of now a perspective and understanding why one is here.
Yeah.
And no one never wants to go back home. The time will come that one would want to go home.
Okay.
Right. As for mobilizing, right, that is not my job. That is not my calling.
I see.
These things, there are people who are built for it.
Yeah.
I know the listeners, most of them, particularly my South African brothers and sisters, may not agree with me.
Yeah.
There are certain things that I'll never do, not because I can't.
Yes.
Because it's not in my line of purpose.
Yes.
You understand?
I understand.
What is my line of purpose is what I'll do.
Okay, which is the calling and...
Yeah, is what I will do.
Yeah.
If like now, you said, Murut, come, let's talk about this, right?
Yes.
Then I said, okay, it's fine. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it, right?
Yes.
I'm not discussing it from the position of favoring Zimbabweans.
Yes.
I'll never do that.
Yeah.
If they are wrong, let justice take its course.
Its course, yeah.
Full stop.
All right.
That's where I end.
Yeah.
If they are not wrong, still,
let the same the voice and the same noise be seen.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I can't, even if in my humanity, in my nature, I cannot accept to see someone being killed.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Yeah, there's another caller coming in, Brare. Brare, dumela guy.
Kosi, how are you?
Repeat the Kosi. What's your question or comment?
Yeah, maybe two questions, Kosi.
Yes, sir.
And unfortunately, the first question is directed to you.
Tuna, all right? Yeah.
No, I think you'll assist me to assist Muruti. I told you Muruti.
Yes, yes.
Yes, you'll assist me to assist Muruti to assist us.
All right.
I think, yes. Are we expected to get answers from Muruti?
Are we expected to get answers? Yeah, Muruti, like whatever questions
No, generally, Muruti goes studio, right?
Yes.
Is he expected to give us answers?
Well, if the questions are posed to him, I expect him he will answer yes.
I guess that's a yes.
Yes, it's a yes, yeah.
Okay, now Eric with the Muruti. Hello, Muruti.
Hello, Putilikai.
You speak nice South African language. I love it.
Yeah.
I have no choice, my brother. I'm a pastor. I preach in the villages.
No. We have choices.
Yeah.
We have choices, Muruti. Please get me right. We all have choices. Muruti, are you expecting to give listeners answers?
To the best of my ability, I will, but I don't expect all my answers to be accepted.
All right.
No, forget about accepting, because I've been listening to you, Muruti. If I make you answer, you've never answered it in a single question ever since I tuned in. That's why I started by asking the presenter, and I also wanted you to confirm. But I mean, if you're saying to me to the best of your ability, I don't know.
Yes.
But let me try. Let me try this, Muruti.
Okay.
You. I think the court also said picking on Zimbabwe. Am I getting it right?
Yes.
Am I getting it right? Give us a voice of
Muruti.
Muruti, give us a voice of Muruti.
Oh, okay.
What is the am I getting it right?
What is the question again, Ray?
Are we talking about picking on Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that right, Muruti?
Yes.
Okay, Muruti, then let's define picking on. I've been going through my dictionary here.
Thank you.
And then this word that we are using, it talks about victimization or tormenting. Do I have it right?
Thank you.
So you are saying basically South Africans are victimizing Zimbabweans. Am I getting it right?
That's what I wanted to clarify. And thank you for bringing that up. Because I don't know whether you were listening when we started to say, I say to the presenter that, you used the word because I think maybe you didn't have any other word to use. You used picking.
Yeah.
So I wanted us to start there to define, but then Mama called, then,
yeah. But I think I did make it clear also how picking to
not really.
When we are focused on one people all the time, some certain thing, instead of showing the number of people that are doing that thing as well. But always, like you've been saying ever since the show begins, you sing it out. Even if it's 10 people, one Zimbabwean will sing out the Zimbabwean amongst all those whole 10. Hence, Mama Bonangabari, you must not say Bangladeshis, So I think I did make it clear why I use the wording, stop picking on Zimbabweans.
Okay, all right. No, I think that makes it very clear. Thanks for the clarity, Kosi. Thanks for the clarity, Muruti. So now it gives me some direction. I think I'm gonna cut myself short.
Okay.
Muruti, so you are aware there's something that's called Crime Database Explorer.
Crime that?
Database Explorer, I believe.
Yeah. Crime Database Explorer.
Yes.
Okay.
And are you aware that the database sort of categorizes the crime?
Okay.
What would you say, Maurice? What would you say?
Educate me.
No, please don't do that. You owe me. I don't want you to owe me.
Okay.
If I'm robber, don't cheat me.
Okay.
So, Maurice, what would you say? What would you say if I tell you that in terms of the Crime Database Explorer, the number that is very scary happens to be the Zimbabweans in South Africa? What would you say, Maurice? What would be your thinking?
The number that is
what this
that is reflected on the crime database.
It's mostly Zimbabweans.
It's mostly Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
What would you say, Maurice?
Let the law take its course.
Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Maybe
if that stats proves that,
yes,
I can't deny it. The best I can do is to like Mama, I think it's Mama, I'm not sure, who was saying that, no, our sister who spoke before the brother, to say mobilize, right? So this is where now people like me and anybody else, we come to the fore.
Yeah.
Whenever we are afforded an opportunity, where possible, create an opportunity to raise this awareness.
Yeah.
To say, guys, this is not it. Now, I, for one, you can ask even the members of our church.
Yeah.
I'm very clear.
Yes.
I don't mince my word.
Yeah.
You are a Zimbabwean, you are in our church, you commit crime. We can't protect you.
Yeah.
Let the law take its course.
Its course, yes.
Yeah.
No, I get you. No, because you can understand that he does not want us to mention the word Zimbabwe.
No, my brother. I allow, and I will never say don't mention Zimbabweans. My saying in this is that how do I put this? I don't want to use the word bias. You know, I don't know, but maybe you get me that. The biasness that sometimes is attached when this issue is discussed, somehow for me, I get a sense that
we are always Zimbabweans.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in the community that I live, people sell drugs.
Yes.
They are not Zimbabweans. They are not Nigerians.
Yes.
You understand? But they are locals.
Yeah.
One understand.
Okay.
But then when it's raised in our community, it's raised as Zimbabweans.
Yeah.
One understand.
Okay.
Let me try and take a different position here. Muruk, you have a house, right?
Yes, sir.
You have a family.
Yes, sir.
Now, if food, like food is stolen in your house by one of your family,
food is stolen in your house,
yes.
Yeah. I get it. You won't have that much of a halabaloo because it's part of the family members, right?
Yes.
But if now I come and see food in your house as a stranger, how would you react to that? Are you still going to treat the same matter with the same measure?
Obviously, according to justice, I have to. But because we are humans, sometimes these things get better of us.
Yes.
One understand.
Yeah.
And I understand what my brother is bringing to the fore. But all I'm saying, Mina, is that if a Zimbabwean is caught doing a crime, it shouldn't be put under the carpet.
Yes.
It shouldn't.
No, we got that. I think let's not prolong the discussion by saying that we got that, we understand your position.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to get your, so you're saying, in my case, you are saying we are human.
Yes.
When I ask about this particular. But why don't you think South Africans are also human?
South Africans are human. They are human. I serve them in our church.
Okay.
They are human.
Yes.
There is no way. Maybe this will help. I don't know.
Yes.
I travel a lot doing ministry.
Yeah.
I've been to particular countries that say to me, South Africa, there is a lot of crime. Yeah.
All right.
I was confronted with this question recently, and in 2015, if my memory serves me right, in Zambia. I was confronted with the question that South Africa has a lot of crime.
Okay.
How do you guys live? Even in Uganda, I was in Uganda for 6 weeks doing missionary work.
Yes.
I was confronted with the same question.
They're saying they have a crime here.
Yes, that's what I get. That's the narrative they see on TV.
Yeah.
They are not living here with us.
So they see that on TV.
They see that on TV, whatever, those kind of things that they see.
How did you sell us to them? Did you sell us well? Did you say to
This is what I told them.
Yes.
That whatever you see on TV, if you believe it, you'll be misled.
Okay.
I live in South Africa.
Yeah.
Yes, crime like here is also there, just like here.
Yes.
One understand?
Yes.
Because there is no nation that has got no crime.
Yes.
Right. Why should we single out South Africa?
As if it's the only one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? That was my question to them. Then they said, but we see it on TV in Soweto. I said, no. Come to Soweto and enjoy.
See. Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So even when I go home, some people have that perception that every corner you go in South Africa, you get robbed, you get stabbed, and the list goes on.
Yes.
Which is not the reality.
But the question is, why are they thinking about they're here?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That you see, it's all about the narrative that you entertain. South Africans are beautiful people. That's what I know. One understand?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
For one.
Yes.
In 2000 I came here 2008.
Yes.
In September.
Yeah.
In March of 2009, I was kidnapped.
When?
Me myself.
By who?
By South African brothers.
For what?
I was kidnapped at the workplace I was working.
Okay.
I was taken the first time I was in Brits, where I was dumped in some mine area there. And
what was the reason?
I was kidnapped. I don't know. They took the car. I was with my work colleague.
So people they hijacked and they take you with the car.
Yeah, they took us with the car, dumped us there. Right? So should I go around telling people that South Africans are criminals?
All right. February last chance because Osintando wants to be part of the show as well. Yes. Short break.
All right. Thanks a million. Yeah, I think Muruti also mentioned for an economic migrant, right?
Yes.
And when I checked what is an economic migrant, they're talking about people who go from one country to the other, not one. Like they test countries where they can be accommodated, right?
Yes.
How many countries has Muruti visited? Or Rolendile, most South Africa, no. This is the land of honey and what.
Visited as in going to work or
stay
just
there, stay
passing.
before you cut
you said, surely you understand the economic migrant. I'm sure that we are. Yeah. So you understand what is an economic migrant. You go to countries for to try and improve your financial status. Which other countries have you visited, and why South Africa?
Well, with South Africa, it was more welcoming to me. That's what I would say.
Okay.
Welcoming, you mean no passport, no ID?
No, I came with a passport, with a visa.
Yeah.
I never crossed the border.
You crossed the border legally.
I never did. If you want, I have proof. If you want, I have proof. I will show you.
All right. Brother, thank you so much.
No, thanks so much.
Listen to the radio and on Rumele voice note if you can, with whatever comment I get.
So I'll do.
All right. This goes out to everybody who is out there who wants to talk to him, that to ask any question. Please send me a voice note or send me a WhatsApp text and I can be able to play it out here. Let me call Osintando. She's in Durban and she wanted to be part of the show, but then she could not go through. So let's just go through.
Number you have dialed does not exist.
Number doesn't exist. Let me just try again. And then if not, I'll ask you to give us a call, then you can continue again. Yeah. I want us to talk about this thing. There we go. Yeah. Number is 064-548-776. Osintando, good evening. How are you, my dear?
Good evening, my brother. I'm good. How are you?
I am great. Please greet the listeners, and then you can be able to ask whatever question or comment.
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
I'm saying, can you greet the listeners for us, please? And then you can tell us who you are, and then you can be able to give us your comment or your question.
All right, thank you. Awesome. So my name is Ndando. As Brother Hosi said, I am based in Durban, and I am a part of an NGO or an NPC that is called I Am a Patriot, fighting for South African human rights.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, what's your comment
All right.
on the question? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a very interesting topic today.
Thank you.
But thank you, my brother. Yeah, so I find, most of the stuff that the pastor has said is very, very disingenuous. Number one, he was asked by Semi, why is he not mobilizing his people, to fight for their country? The response was, he says that it's not his line of purpose to mobilize.
Yes.
However, now he is on your channel talking about us picking up on the Zimbabweans.
Yes.
Is that his line of purpose? To tell South Africans not to pick on Zimbabweans? Anyway, I don't really expect an answer there. It's just the questions out there, because at the end of the day, I have somewhere to go. So I noticed, Guti, the answers can be a bit long-winded.
Yeah.
So that was just out there. And the second thing, there's another sister that was talking about, the Zimbabwens that are here. The ones that are on ZEP, there's about 180,000. So when you times that by 4, it gives you 720,000.
Okay.
So now those are just people on the ZEP.
Yeah.
Now the ones that are illegal, that are coming here illegal every day, coming here to give birth and all sorts of things, committing crime, as the lady has said, I don't want to repeat myself. It is said that there's at least about 5 million Zimbabweans in South Africa.
All right.
So another thing that I wanted to ask, I think maybe the guy that was speaking, he was trying to allude to that. But however, we get a bit long-winded questions, answers which take a bit of time.
Yes.
Here's my question that I would like the pastor to answer, if he can be short, maybe briefly.
Yes.
You are saying that we mustn't pick on Zimbabweans. Have you, for one moment, asked your brothers and sisters from Zimbabwe not to pick on South Africans? Each and every day, we get Zimbabweans that are committing heinous crimes, from anything that you can think of. You guys know, I'm not going to mention it here because it's a lot.
Okay.
But we all know, almost each and every day, Zimbabweans are committing crime. Now, have you ever stood and told these Zimbabweans not to pick on South Africans? Since we also, I would like to think we're human. It's not just Zimbabweans that are human. It's not just Zimbabweans that their human rights have to be taken care of.
Yes.
So he's standing here. I find that it's very hypocritical. When it comes to certain things, it's not his line of work. When it comes to certain things, he's vocal about it. Okay. So I put that question to him. Can you please answer? Has he ever spoken to Zimbabweans not to pick on South Africans?
Yes, I have.
Yes, you have.
Yes.
Yeah, and he has spoken to them about what situational crime and all that.
Yes.
Okay. And what was the response?
The response is that many people, people, they will tell you they are not committing crime.
Okay.
People will tell you all sorts of things.
All right.
I've even sent a document to the Zimbabwean High Commissioner to look into these things. Yeah. Because it's horrendous. You cannot sit back and watch crime happening and you say whatever excuse you might have.
Yes.
I have spoken.
Yeah.
In many meetings. I have spoken.
Okay.
Yeah. Even in church.
Yeah.
I tell them, even in my preaching, whatever, if I get a chance, I do.
Yes.
When I say it's not my line of calling,
yes,
I mean that I'm not called to mobilize and do these things that the way how people want them to be.
Okay.
I'm not in that sphere.
Yeah.
It's not my strength.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
But where I get a strength, my strength is in talking to people about the goodness of God, about the moral fiber of the society from God's perspective. And if ever a platform comes that I should address that, I do it with all my heart. Like I'm saying to you, I don't know if my sister was on at that time, that even in Uganda I was asked about South Africa. I spoke I spoke about it, that crime is normal everywhere.
Yes.
It's up to you how you perceive and you interpret the narrative that you are listening to or you are following.
I understand. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Are you okay with that answer? Is there anything else you want to add before I can let you go?
Yes, in a way, when he said, I'll take his word for it, that he has spoken to his people. However, again, when he says not his line of work, but of his work, yet he's here telling South Africans not to pick on Zimbabweans. I find that very strange, and I find it very hypocritical.
Yes.
You know, because he says it's not his line of work. So if it's not your line of work, then leave it alone. Let the people where it's their line of work to take care of it, not you.
All right.
Why are you here? Why are you speaking about it?
Okay.
All right. So another thing, he's spoken that I applaud him. He's saying that he does not condone crime. He tells his congregants that if you commit crime, it's a no-no. So what are you, if I may ask, do you consider yourself an active citizenry?
A what?
Active citizen. Active citizen.
Active citizen.
Yes, I am.
For South Africa, right?
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. So, since you are, do you know that there is a law in South Africa whereby you can actually do a citizen arrest?
You can do a citizen arrest in South Africa. You can do that. A citizen can arrest another citizen if they're doing crime.
Yes.
If let's say I find you doing something wrong, I can
Yes.
arrest you and call the police. And
I've
take
done it twice here in Philip Nair.
you
All right.
yourself.
All right.
Yes,
All right.
Yeah.
So, my follow-up question is, in your congregant, how many Zimbabweans come into your church, and how many of them do you know for a fact that they are legal, and the ones that are not legal in a country, since you are upholding the law and you are the man of cloth? Have you taken time to check that the Zimbabweans that come to your church, they are indeed legal?
I have 7 ZEP holders
In your church.
in our church.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Okay, so
Those
there's no
that-
illegal. There's no
those-
illegal. There's no illegal immigrant in your church.
Those that were illegal, I had a meeting with them.
Okay.
I asked them, what is your status? In fact, all of them, I set them down.
Yeah.
I think there were about 18, if I'm not mistaken.
Illegal ones.
Yes.
Okay.
No, just Zimbabweans.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then that's where I discovered that these 7,
Of the 18 is illegal.
7 or 8, I'm not sure by head. But I discovered that these ones are okay. They have their papers.
Yes.
These ones, I encourage them.
So in the 11 of those, let's say.
Yeah, 11, let's say.
Yeah.
For argument's sake. I encourage them, guys, this is not right. It's not good for you and your families here and back home. And
Yes.
even for the society, even the community.
Yes.
It's disrespect of the sovereignty of the country
Yeah.
that supposedly, in inverted commas, is hosting you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot promote anything that is outside the law.
Okay. And then what was the
All
response?
right. All
They
right.
left.
They left. Okay.
They left.
What's Intando? I'm going to have to let you go, Madali. Is the last thing you want to say to her?
Yeah, just the last thing. On that answer, I believe that if you love this country that has hosted you and you know the laws, the right thing that you could have done is to report them, not just to speak to them, because they're going to go from where you are and hide somewhere else. The right thing that you could have done as a man of the cloth, and you saying that you respect the law, you should have reported them. And then finally, in terms of you saying that not picking on Zimbabweans, in terms of not mentioning this nation and that nation, that is sort of like trying to suppress the statistics. Because we need to know exactly. You mentioned something that you went somewhere and they said that South Africa is crime-ridden. But when you look closely, you will find out the majority of crimes are committed by foreigners. So now, if we don't take that into account, making sure which nationality and mentioning those nationalities, we'll never know. Then we're going to be painted with a bad brush as South Africans. Meanwhile, it is not South Africans that are committing crime. It's the other nationalities. So therefore, I feel that it's very important to make sure that we do make mention of the nationalities that are committing crime. Otherwise, if we don't, it's like trying to aid and abet them. Or yes, they commit crime, and yet we must not make mention of that. For what? For who? We need the state.
Very important. And lastly, as I'm a patriot, we're gonna venture into that as well. We would want, as you know, when it comes to survey and things like that, we also want to keep our own records. We're gonna be starting very soon to make sure that we record each and every South African that has been wrongly done, that has been, experienced crime, and we want to know which a nationality that has committed the crime. So we're going to collect that as active citizens to know exactly what is happening in the country. We can't rely on the powers that be anymore. So I'm urging South Africans right now, just watch out for that. Just let your neighbors know that we're going to be starting that. If you've experienced any crime by any foreign national, we're going to start recording that as I'm a patriot. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am. Have a nice evening. Thank you so much for your call. All right. We're going to be back just right after this. This show is brought to you by Sohwana Medical Services and Clinic. They are a private clinic situated in number 70 Tuefengesgras in Westview, Danville. They specialize on the following: primary health care, ailment diagnosis and treatment, including medication, wound care, family planning, well baby clinic, basic ultrasound, laboratory blood services, treatment of chronic illnesses, treatment and management of patients on ARVs, wellness screening, antenatal clinic, HIV services and counseling. They have a pharmacy on site and they are doing CCMDD services as well, OHS clinic, circumcision clinic and abortion services. Their cell phone number is 064 548 7176 or 071 422 8576. Again, the address is 70 Tuefengesgras in Westview, Pretoria West in Danville. Cell phone number again is 064 548 7176 or 071 422 8576. All right, that was a sponsor today. Learn about our sponsor on this show and other shows in Khosi FM. Please contact us on 064 548 776 and we'll do the same advert for Wena and we'll play it because a lot of people have tuned into the Pila, so they will hear about your your business and then it can grow from strength to strength. Continue with Muti Sibanda in the studio today. Muti Ntlanta, Apostle Sibanda today in the studio. Zimbabwe National. Beside that, he's an apostle here in this country, only his own church, and he's preaching on Khosi FM, by the way, every Sunday. Ever since I started the station, I've been with him ever since. He's the first pastor to come and preach here in Limruti. Do you know she's on pension, by the way? Man. She's on pension.
That's why I see her on Facebook, very active these days.
She's on pension.
We must
home.
Call her.
We should.
She must come back for the old times.
Yeah. So today we are talking about stop picking on Zimbabwens. That is my topic that I came up with because Mutisibanda's perspective and his his point, every time there is a crime committed by a bunch of people, for example, always Zimbabweans are singled out. So why are we doing that as South Africans? So we've had a lot of opinions from very phone and everything. So I'm gonna play a voice note clip from my mom. Oh Jehovah, let me take this one first. Welcome Muslebu, welcome to Khosi FM. Good evening, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I am great. Greet the listeners, introduce yourself and tell us who you are and where you're from, and then you can ask the question or make a comment.
Okay, let me greet Muruti first. Muruti, Zirise.
Ziripo. But I'm not sure.
You know what
I'm
not sure.
What was that? Ziri what?
Ziri say.
Mara, you do speak Shona.
Yeah.
You know what Shona?
Yes, I can speak.
Yeah. I guess he's speaking our languages, so we are also returning the favor. Okay, let me just greet everyone. Good evening to our listeners. I'm Lebogang Shovote from Progressive Forces. I'm the Secretary General. And as you know, Progressive Forces is non-political, non-partisan. So good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes. I just want to go back to the beginning where Khosi was asking whether South Africans are really, really xenophobic. And I just want us to go a bit back. I mean, growing up, I come from a very small community, and growing up, I remember that there were a lot of people, or there was first a small community from them where they were selling zinc basins back then. Yeah, never but I don't know if anyone can remember.
Yeah, no, I do remember.
Where they were going from house to house, and when Mugabe started with the expropriation plan, and it did not go the way they envisioned it, we had masses of people from Zimbabwe, coming to South Africa. And I remember our communities really working hard or trying hard, to make them feel at home, to integrate, because as you know, Ubuntu is the essence of South African communities. And not only to Zimbabweans, but we also extended that to people from Malawi, Mozambique. And then the trouble started when the majority of those nationalities, now I'm focusing on Zimbabweans since the focus is on people from Zim.
Yeah.
The trouble started when they started disrespecting our laws. And not only disrespecting our laws, but the citizens as well.
Okay.
As I was saying, in the beginning, we were coexisting and we really tried to integrate, but it feels like our Ubuntu was taken for foolishness.
Yes.
Because I remember now we reached a stage where people from them will say that, South Africans are rotten, we are immoral. While if you look at the latest statistics, the biggest majority of prostitutes are ladies from them. Okay. And if you have been on social media this weekend, you'll see that there's an article trending where prostitutes from them are campaigning, wanting to legalize prostitution in South Africa.
Okay.
While they were saying that we are immoral. And then I'm asking, why don't they campaign for such nonsense in their own countries? Because I've been to them. 99% of the things that they are getting away with here in South Africa, they wouldn't even dream of doing that in them.
Okay.
There's order. I mean, the police in them, they may not be getting paid like our police here, but the police in them are patriotic. They respect the laws of their own country.
Yes.
So I would like to ask Muruti, why don't you encourage your fellow Zimbos, sorry for it, but it's a nickname, your fellow Zimbabweans, why don't you encourage them to regroup and go fight your own government? Because on a daily basis, we would hear Zimbabweans saying that they are landowners, super educated, hardworking, skilled, and all that. But it's not even applied in their own country. Yeah. It's applied here in South Africa, allegedly. While they are being exploited by corporate South Africa, it's cheap labor. So why don't you regroup as a Zimbabwean community saying that, you know what, all these skills and knowledge and everything that we are accumulated, let's take it back home. Because now, not so long ago, it was Zimbabwean citizens who were marching against the South African government regarding ZEPs around September, October. But you don't see Zimbabweans rising up against the corrupt government in them. It's like Zimbabweans are expecting South Africans to fight their own government while we are fighting our own battles here in South Africa. So once again, I'm asking, why don't you regroup and go fight your own government?
All right. Also, is it okay? Thank you, Merona. I think it's not for that question. I think it's the same question they asked earlier. Why can't you organize? Maybe you can just repeat like in the answer again, and then we can move on.
The issue of regrouping,
yes,
is already there, being done by others.
Okay.
Yeah, and
is it done by others already?
It's done, but I wouldn't know the magnitude of it because I'm not in that space.
All right.
24/7.
Yes.
Like I said earlier on, that I have my own calling. I have my own assignment that I attend to daily.
Okay.
Here I came by an invite through you because you knew I'm a ZEP holder. So yes.
Oh, yeah.
You wanted me to come and we talk about this thing. And I came because I'm available at the moment. Right. But the truth of the matter, this is what I'm saying. Not everyone is a Mandela. Not everyone is Thabo Mbeki or whatever. Everyone has got their line. And that must be respected. One understand.
Yeah.
But in so saying, I'm not saying Zimbabweans must stay here forever. Zimbabweans must continue to do whatever evil they are doing here. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if they are caught, they must be dealt with.
All right.
Period.
All right.
If they are caught, they must be dealt with. And those who have been accepted properly via the Ministry of Home Affairs,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
They must not be, because this is another problem we have, that I think Auntie just now has mentioned it. Yeah, I've heard it too. And I rebuke. You cannot speak highly of yourself over somebody. For what? What does it benefit you? What is the purpose?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
South Africans are not educated. So what?
Okay.
You
Have you ever heard that one?
I have heard it.
And how did you approach that one?
I rebuked someone you know.
Oh.
I rebuked.
Oh,
but I
okay.
won't mention the name.
Yeah.
I rebuked. I said, you cannot.
Yeah, say such things.
Yes, you can't.
Whereas you are in a place where you are
Exactly.
seeking to be accepted.
Exactly. You
and then
cannot
say such
do
things,
that.
yeah.
You cannot do that. Your host is hosting you. Then you go behind the scenes, you speak bad or in front of them. It's not right.
Yeah.
Well, understand.
Okay.
Then again, this is what I wanted to allude on what my aunt has just said now. That one of the things is that those who are properly documented and have been accepted
Yes.
to live in the Republic,
Yeah.
they are also clustered within the rotten potatoes.
Yeah.
You see? And like I'm saying that I was hijacked,
Yes.
beaten up, left for the dead.
Okay.
I woke up in a hospital,
Yeah.
right? But I was a law-abiding citizen.
that time,
I
yeah.
came properly.
Yes.
But I cannot rise up and go around and telling people that South Africans are criminal.
Yeah.
I will never do that.
Okay.
Because I understand that it's a choice to do a crime. One chooses to do that.
Okay. Maruti, I've got some questions that I'm going to read a little bit here. They've been coming in, Shem, and then I've been barricading. Okay, the other one are the okay, yagare yone yari ake go at the moment. Yari what is your qualifications, Muruti? What is your qualifications? National Council of Churches has standard. Is he complying? Are you complying with it? What is your qualifications based
Check.
on?
Our church is registered.
Yeah.
Now I'm not qualified by anyone.
Okay.
For all information.
Yes.
I'm not qualified by anyone.
As in like the CIPC, right?
Yes, it's registered.
You are not under an umbrella of SACC and all that.
No.
Okay. And your qualifications based on the calling that you have?
It's God himself. He called me. He did not say, go to Bible school. I told you earlier that I used to run away from this call.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like I wanted it.
I see.
Yeah, I was called, come here. I want you to do this.
All right.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, and then let me check if I've got another one quickly. Okay, after this one. Who is in Hillbrow and Berea who has made that place a no-go area for South Africans? Do you have an idea on that?
A mix of foreign nationals, not only Zimbabweans.
That are in Berea now.
Yes.
and
Yes.
Okay. There's another one that came through. Let me just double check quickly. The number is still 064 548 776. Please call us. Please can I call or can you call me back and I can be able to know phone when and okay. So Mema Kamajola are theology on a total on a theology on a degree of theology.
I don't have that.
You don't have, yes.
I don't have that, and until God says I must have it, I will.
Okay.
Yeah. If He doesn't, He wants me to work the way I'm working, the way He's using me.
Yes.
That's what I'll do.
All right. Another one says, if anyone has a calling, you are telling me that no one is called to fight Zimbabwean government.
Look, that's what I'm saying. Each of us, we are called differently. Yeah. Each of us are called differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Maruti is playing around with words. Is it true?
That's her view or his view. I don't know.
Right. I'm going to play a voice clip before. Yeah. Let me just play. It's 2 minutes long, man. So I'm going to play it a little bit and just hear what Mema Kamajola says.
Why do that? She put 2 minutes of effort.
It's 2 minutes.
Why do you want to cut it?
I'm not cutting it. I'm saying it's 2 minutes, man. But so maybe unale,
So let it play. Let's listen. Right. It's fine. We still.
Hello, Kosi. This is Kamajola. The only thing that gets me very, very boiling, it's that one of the ZEP permit. Why do Zimbabweans feel that they are entitled not to go home when the permit time has lapsed? They don't want to extend and take the government of South Africa to court. They forgot that when the government of South Africa get into the agreement with their government, they did not involve us. Now we as communities are the ones that are suffering. On the R80, the people that are spiking us there, most of them are Zimbabweans. The one that spiked my cousins that were caught were Zimbabweans, and we really sent them to heaven. They were all Zimbabweans, and they saying to us, you South Africans have it all. What should we do? Zimbabweans are not entitled. When their Z permit had expired, they must go home. They should know that they are supposed to improve their home and make sure that their government works for them. And make sure that Mnangagwa does what they want. They mustn't come and interfere with our lives. The other thing that we did was most Zimbabweans were picking up our rail lines. And when we asked them what are they doing with that, they said they are making them a stove around their home, their houses with our railway line. Now our prasa is struggling. How are we supposed to survive, Marakosi? It's not fair on us as South Africans. Because now we don't have, really, our infrastructure is just getting buckled down. We will be left, by the time our kids are growing up, we will be left with nothing because Zimbabweans are doing exploration in our country. They jump in our fences at night. When we try to talk to them, they talk in Shona. We don't even understand them. And they're telling us they are entitled to whatever that we do in South Africa. Because this is Africa. No, this is not right. These people are being unfair to us. And Mugabe once said that they won't help us. We must see to finish how we sort out our problems during apartheid. So why do they want to interrupt us when we're trying to build our country and damage our infrastructure? That's very unfair to us.
All right. Numbers 064-548-776. Okay, yeah. He's asking why do Zimbabweans feel entitled to stay here and entitled to whatever that we give in this country, entitled to always want to renew ZEP over and over and over and over again. Why can just, if it expires, you go back home. That's it.
Right. For entitlement as a ZEP holder, I'm not entitled to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yes. Where? Now you are not.
I'm not.
What about the others? Are they feeling the same way as you do?
I don't know. I'm working from the view
yes.
Zimbabweans, they feel entitled.
Yes.
Okay. So me personally, I am not. Okay.
So if it expires,
then the motive on the one that I'm in,
yes,
because we have groupings, right, is that we are saying we hear you, but we are asking that you never told us that it's not going to be renewed,
okay,
like you have done it before.
All right.
Right? We are asking you, at least you should have engaged us that Bon, Kausani, we are not going to do how we normally do.
Yeah, but did they have to do that, Murut? In all fairness, does the government have to do that? To say
my view,
yes,
it was going to be fair because,
okay,
Bon, I for the past 2 years, for example, you've been giving me 2 rand.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Jiggy just stopped.
Then Jiggy, it has stopped.
Yeah.
Even if I feel it's unfair, You have stopped it.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Right. Now, when you have stopped it, I will tell you that, look, I accept. Tina in our grouping, right? We accepted that, look, we understand you are ending this, but we are asking for a grace period that at least you should have engaged as that guy is born. As it expires, this one that I'm giving you, I'm not renewing. Then it then brings me to a point of saying, okay, I was told I'm not renewing. So let me prepare.
Okay.
That when this one expires, I'm already out. I don't even need to wait. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Of the 178,000, right? The last time in one meeting I attended about ZEP people, about 20-something thousand have left.
From 178,000.
Yes, they've left.
Because the thing is expired, or
some it's different. The reasons are different, but they have left.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And probably by the time next year, because recently the minister announced that it has been extended because he didn't do whatever he said he was expected to do. I'm quite sure that probably even me too, I might not be here.
Yes.
We understand.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, South Africa has hosted us. South Africa is saying no more, right? You can't force someone to host you in their house when they are saying no more.
Yeah.
The best you can do, live in peace and say your gratitudes.
I see.
Yes.
As another one here, more 60. Crime is committed by your people from Zimbabwe and Tatisibanda, and it has a very negative impact to South Africans. Yeah. So I don't know if you agree with that, or
I cannot deny. I cannot deny that Zimbabweans they commit crime.
Yeah.
I cannot deny that.
But the only thing is, I single them out all the time.
My point when I'm talking about singling
out,
yes, I'm saying that if they are in a grouping, let the whole grouping be sung out.
Yeah, for Zimbabweans, 3 Nigerians,
that's all I'm saying.
7 Congolese and whatnot.
Yes,
yeah.
because it's not right.
Okay.
What they are doing is not right to commit crime.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is that in the part of, unless they are the only ones that are found,
okay,
so be it.
Yeah.
So be it.
Right.
Whether they have documents, whether they don't have.
Yes.
Just like I'm sure you've seen in the news, a drug mule. They are caught at the airport or wherever, the point of entry. They are arrested. It goes to the courts. They languish in prison until they are out.
Whatever, yes.
Yes, whether you are South African, whether you are Zimbabweans, full stop.
Yeah.
It's not an issue.
Yes.
You understand?
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying, that what Mama is saying, if Zimbabweans are committing a crime, I'll never clap hands.
All right. There's another one that comes on the heels of you saying they should have consulted, at least tell this thing grace period. Osintando Ari, South Africans were not consulted that we will have to integrate with Zimbabweans about the ZEPs. So how is that? If you never consulted Lena, then why should Lena be consulted as well?
Well, I cannot answer for South Africans.
Yes.
That's the honest truth. But I'm answering on behalf of those ZEP holders that we are saying. We are not refusing to go.
Yeah.
But remember, you are telling me today.
Yes.
Then I've got kids at school, and like Mama who said it has been estimated that one ZEP holder has got 4 dependents.
Yes.
Is
it true or what? Because I want to ask about that.
Yeah.
So, but your wife and kids are under that one.
Yes, something
they
like that.
They are dependent on you. Okay?
Yes. So now, imagine like that. I get an announcement. Go.
Yeah.
I have property.
Yeah.
I was living a life. It's not like I was living in a hole somewhere.
Yes.
Do I leave my property?
But doesn't that go back to entitlement comes in there?
No.
In a sense,
my view is not entitlement.
Okay. The question could be: were you moving here initially, or you are coming here temporarily? In a sense, like next door. I get like the bag. Get like maybe was slappy fella just 2 brunch for tomorrow morning. I'm going back to my place. So the question would be, how now at least I got consult you, but then I've got this, and I'm told to do it. It's not fair. Which lend myself, if it will happen to me, it won't be fair. But the question will be then, were you moving to the country, or you just coming temporarily, as you said, as an economic migrant?
That's what I'm saying. I'll speak from my point of view and my own personal experience. Right? I came in. I was given an asylum at first.
Asylum first, yeah.
Yes. Stayed here. My wife joined me, right? And the list goes on.
Was she given asylum as well when she joined the first time? Yes.
Then fast forward. Here we are. We sleep together. We make babies.
Yeah.
It's a human right.
Okay.
I can't run away from it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, one can bring an idea to say use contraceptives that you don't give birth. So it means that the life I'll live in South Africa, I freeze it.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Then when I go home, I want to start again and so forth. So I wouldn't say it's entitlement. It's just to say, look, I understand what you're saying, but I can't request for a grace period because, this is what has happened over the period when you gave me permission to be here.
How long grace did you ask for, by the way, to prepare all those things? Because most of you, like, we're not black most African.
Yes.
So since 2008, it's a long time.
Yes.
So how long grace period did you give the government?
We requested to say, let's sit. Right? Let's sit and have a meeting. But unfortunately, by that time when we were still lobbying that, there was change of government, the ministers and so forth. Only now, the honorable minister then makes a press conference and he announces to say, look, we are going to renew it for a year, and then this is what is going to happen. You know? So to me, already it's communicated.
Okay.
The chances are high that it's not going to be renewed
after a year.
Yes. So it's not going to be renewed.
So you're going to be preparing yourself in the next 12 months?
I have to prepare myself.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Right? So in my case, right, I have a family. I have a ministry.
Yes.
I have children's homes that I've been working with.
Yes.
So I also I cannot just
yeah,
because those, for instance, the children's homes, when I just elope and I go, all of a sudden, that gap, how is the manager of the facility going to bridge it within a day?
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like we are refusing, but we are saying there has been a life happening.
Yes.
And as it was happening, it differs from each individual.
Yes.
And like I'm giving you my case, what I've been doing while I'm in South Africa.
Yes.
Some I'm sending to school. Just yesterday, we had to assist a South African child because it's our responsibility in the community to say, look, here is what you need. Go and be serviced. That's it. So I cannot just wake up and say, I'm gone.
I'm going home.
Yes, I am going home.
Okay.
But I must leave at least what I was doing in terms of these things that I'm giving you as a pastor to say, Bona, I am leaving. This is how it's going to happen.
I see.
After I am gone.
All right.
This is what I propose. Okay. So for me, I really appreciate what South Africa has done for us Zimbabweans.
Yes.
Right? Those that are still continuing to commit crime, they must be arrested.
Yeah.
I still repeat that.
Yeah. Some few WhatsApps are just coming in. Osbongiarek, Muruti, kindly call all Zimbabweans around Denville and advise them to go home and fight their own battles as on belief. Please start with Moneymaker. You know this guy, Orixamu. There's a guy with a white backy. He's Zimbabwean as well. His van is written Moneymaker Kamonti.
Okay.
The problem and if it comes to like, remember, I always ask you this question. Maruti, was it? I believe for the people will be fair, right? And Linda, people say all of us will be fair in a sense. When we say this right hand and this right hand, the same thing, right? Remember, I always ask you. I want the very same voice. When there is an act of xenophobic, I hate that word, happens in this country. Like what we are here today. Zimbabweans, this moment that, why can't we have the same voice when we have crime committed here in this country? The very same Moneymaker is said to boast Or no, Navela, I've already paid money. I've got my papers in order. You want me to help you? Let me know. We'll do that. You understand what I'm saying? Which is not okay to be done because I cannot do that in Zimbabwe. So why can't we have the same group in Yahoo, that is ATP holders, issuing statements, the same as they can be able to take the government to court? You say to your people, listen, guys, that's publicly so. Not, in WhatsApp groups and whatever. And ask the same question to AfriForum, by the way. You guys, whenever there's something against the white person, you'll scream all over the place. Go to US campaign, Bijan Trump and all those things. But if felt something wrong being done by you, or no, I didn't condemn. No, I went to newspapers about that. But then we didn't hear a very loud voice. So why can't we have the same loud voice if maybe it's more of a crime being committed by a Zimbabwean or any other nationality? Why can't we have the same marches, the same taking to court, the same noise? Don't you think if you can do that, people actually take you serious and say, yeah, it's fine?
Look, I cannot force people to take me serious. I cannot, whether Zimbabwean or what.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one's right.
Yeah.
To take one person serious.
Okay.
For instance, you are talking about this gentleman, my fellow Zimbabwean, that you are saying. Yeah. Right. What makes him to say that?
Yeah.
That's the question.
And maybe entitlement. Nothing's going to be done to me. I'm paid in the right levels. I'm paying the right people. I've got money enough to do that.
Did you hear that statement?
Well, that's what he said. He said,
yes.
He said no.
Did you hear that statement? That's a crime.
Yes.
He's telling you that I am committing crime.
A crime, yes.
Well, understand?
Yeah.
So, for me, that person must be arrested. Period. It's not a discussion.
Yeah.
If Mama has heard him say that,
yes,
or whoever, because I cannot go to him. I don't have the evidence of what he said. I don't have it. What leg will I stand on?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So, if you have evidence that Kosi microwave, if you have evidence, go to the police, open a docket, and police will deal with it. Because the other thing again that I think, in fact, I believe, is that we have the authorities that enforce the laws of the country.
Yes.
They must also be seen to be busy and doing what they are doing, of which I believe they are doing it, right? Yes. But if where there are shortcomings, then this is where all of us must come in.
Yeah.
Not to single out that Spanda must do this, Kos must do this.
Yes.
Let's all come together. Like I said, that I stopped 2 crimes in our community. I could have died.
Yes.
A bullet missed me.
Yes.
Because someone, I don't know whether Zimbabwean or local, was doing housebreaking.
Yeah.
3 houses away from where I stay.
Zimbabwe.
Eh?
Was it Zimbabwe?
I don't know. I couldn't tell.
Okay.
Right? And I saw that is a break-in.
Yeah.
And I ran with my boy.
Yes.
Right? And he shot. We went on the floor.
Yeah.
Right? Because we were stopping him to do what is a crime.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to catch them. They went into their car. They drove off.
Yes.
Right? So now, that's what I'm saying, that it's everybody's responsibility to help the relevant authorities to combat crime.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
People cry that the border is porous.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We have authorities in Zimbabwe. We have authorities in South Africa. We have bus drivers. We have. They are there. They must do their job.
Yes.
Diligently.
Yeah.
That's it. Mama mentioned it here. That is Zimbabwean police, what. Even here, we have police officers that are competent in what they do.
Yes.
And we appreciate that.
All right.
So all I'm saying is that Mina, I will mobilize in my space where I have a platform to do so. Because remember, I don't own ETV to say, look, I want to condemn Zimbabweans on TV. Okay. Sometimes they look at me, who are you?
Right.
Yeah, who are you?
Yeah.
At what level?
Yeah.
But if I come and I say I'm a general secretary of Zimbabwe opposition party, Mketekete, they will come.
Yeah.
But because I'm just a nobody.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you say it, come, you are affording me a platform. And I said, okay, fine.
To condemn, correct? To be able to condemn and make that voice amplified.
That's what I've been doing, to say, look, we've known each other for almost 3 years, and you've always been singing this thing. And I always told you that, cause if anyone, whatever his name is, if he has committed crime, it's a crime.
Yes.
He must be arrested.
Yeah.
If he's a foreign national and the courts deem it fit that the person must be deported to their own country, they must do that.
Yeah.
It's not something that we should question. Because that's the purpose of the Constitution, the law, and the enforcers.
All right. Another comment. No, Muruti, there was no consultation when the whole process was done. People are staying in camps, needed a permit to go even shopping. That's when in that struggle days. Muruti, please, in church on Sunday, announce and ask them nicely that we as South Africans, we are requesting them to go, please. This is Mama Kamajola. Let me go to another one quickly.
To answer that one,
yes.
the current ones in our church, they are only 7. They are well documented.
Okay, what was some
Yes.
Oh, the 7 that remained behind from the 18 years.
Yes.
Okay, so they've got just the piece, all of them.
They've got their papers. So even if I will encourage them, they have a leg to stand on to say, Pat Mrutu, you are saying you understand. So, I really agree with the cries of South Africans.
Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
But all I'm saying is that in the approach, maybe let me speak as a pastor.
Yes.
In approach, let there be humanity. Let there be respect.
Okay.
Let there be a fairness and or justice.
Okay. I'm inviting you to Lair School Bears January when the school reopens. Tell me what you see. It's not fair on our kids. While Zimbabweans are not paying school fees, but are overcrowding our schools. Do you agree with that?
Yes, it's possible. It happens.
Okay. Enough is enough. It is not okay. Why must our kids suffer all this? Whatever that other one area goes school on and then a very Pastor Matilda, why do foreigners qualify for exemption? Exemption must be only for South Africans. Finish and clear. I don't know if you can answer that.
Exemption on
maybe on this piece there. Doesn't talk about that. Maybe Muruti can elaborate on further how about exemptions, what exemptions is he really talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. Because we've got another one quickly because remember Uzbana Kubriki before. Okay, the Zimbabwean exemption permits or ZEPs have been extended multiple times since their inception in 2010. Initially introduced to allow Zimbabweans to live, work, and stay in South Africa, the permits have undergone several renewals to accommodate changing circumstances. As of November 2024, the South African government, through Home Affairs Minister Leon Schreiber, extended the validity of the ZEPs until November 28, 2025. The extension marks the 5th renewal of the permits. Since their establishment, it is not that they were caught off guard. They just don't want to go. Is it true that you have been told over 5 times, hey, Latzames card in renewal, Latzames card renewal, Latzames card renewal?
No, it's not true.
It was never.
It was never.
So, like they were only extended every time. Extended.
They just extend.
Automatically so.
Yeah, we'll invite the minister to the table.
Yes.
Comrade Minister, we noticed that by this time next year, our permits will be expiring. Can we have a meeting?
Yes.
You understand?
Okay.
We request a meeting.
Yes.
Right? To hear what him as the government official, what is their position to say, are they renewing or not? Then we get a document or a press conference message to say they are being renewed, go and apply, do this, do that, do that. The only time that was not done in a manner that was normal is during the time of COVID-19.
Okay.
Nothing happened. That year, was it 2021, when they were supposed to expire and stuff. And then we look at it again. Then there was COVID-19. Then the minister, he made a decision on his own because of the circumstances that was affecting the world over and said, look, let's ignore this because of the circumstances until such a date. Then that's when he came back, I think it was Baba Motsoaledi, I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Then he announces to say, look, we are not renewing. Then we said, no, we understand that. But remember, we are coming from circumstances.
Yes.
And no one was warned that there is no renewal.
Yeah.
Such that people prepare themselves.
Yeah.
It's even on record.
Okay.
Yeah. No one refused. You understand me?
Yes.
No one refused.
Yes.
We were only saying, we will kindly request that let's meet, let's engage, let's discuss, because all of a sudden you are just announcing that it's finished.
Over, yes.
Yes, our brothers are right, I think, because I was never there, that they were not consulted, right? But Lirona, we are saying, we are not refusing, but let there be some level of fairness into the whole process of saying it is ending, it is done. It was a humanitarian olive branch towards you Zimbabweans.
Yes.
It's over.
Okay.
And we are giving you so much time to go out. Right?
Yes.
Fine. But now when we are engaging, the minister is refusing, then it complicates things. Because when I'm living with kids going into Zimbabwe, I have to reintegrate them into the school system of Zimbabwe, right? Yes. They were never learning Africa. In Zimbabwe, there is no Afrikaans.
In Zimbabwe?
Yeah, there's no Afrikaans.
Yes.
Yeah, there is no Xhosa or whatever. Yeah. You understand?
Yeah.
And the curriculum is not the same. So if I'm just uprooting kids and going with them and say, now we are here, go to class.
Yeah, how are you going to cope and everything?
You understand?
All right, the number is 0645487776. I know. Now go to bed and this is very interesting. Okay, Murut, let's touch this thing as telephone. We spoke about it yesterday. You had your own views about that, because we have learned now. We knew there were foreigners under there. Almost they were seeing 4.5 foreigners under the ground, blah blah. And then as the story grew and progresses, it was coming. There's now kids in there, and you even have numbers of how many foreigners are actually down there. You know, so you had your own view about that, about what the Minister of Police said. I don't know if you have a view about what Mr. in the presidency said about smoke them out, and what is your views based on those two people? Like,
Mina, I'm saying anyone who is found to be illegal in a country must be arrested, right? Must be arrested.
Yeah.
And handed over to the processes that will lead to everything being sorted, right?
Yes.
Yet again, we as leaders, it's important how we present what we want to present.
Yes.
Because you don't want to make the situation volatile. You want a situation whereby when you are addressing people, you are like a father to both, in essence. So you don't want to be taking sides, but at the same time, you want to discipline the one on the wrong.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah.
So then it brings me to this last statement of saying, we must be responsible of what we say and how we say. Okay. Because if I say it wrongly, it will create animosity.
Yes.
And that can lead to people being killed.
Okay. So want that? Was what Chabeni said, smoke them out? Was it wrong? Mr. in the presidency, Chabeni, the first one to speak before Mr. Mtunu can say anything. Okay. She said, smoke them out. We're not going to help them with anything. They will come out.
Look, I never heard that, but if that's what he's saying, he's saying.
She said, yes.
She said. To me, it sounds irresponsible. The wedding.
Okay.
The wedding.
Smoke them out.
Yeah. Yes. The wedding.
Yeah.
Because someone will interpret that smoke out in something else.
How do you think it's wrong? In what context?
Yes, because if you say smoke them out, get rid of them.
In other words, tell Mushi, let's say literally, you're gonna put smoke in there for them to get out. that smoke must force them to not to kill them, but to get out. How irresponsible is that? Because remember, the reports were saying they were refusing to. It's not like they were trapped. They were never trapped underground. They were refusing to come out.
Yeah. My point is, hear me very well. My point is that I'm not saying the foreigners that were found at the mine underground there,
yes,
they are right to be there.
Yes.
No. If they don't have papers that allow them to be in the Republic doing what they are doing, they are on the wrong.
Yes.
They are on the wrong.
Yeah.
And Tina, who are responsible, they were saying, I must speak. I cannot just stand up and say, guys, you know what? And speak reckless words.
Yes.
That will send a wrong signal to give someone to interpret whatever they want to interpret. It's very important. It's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very important. It's wrong what they did. And as far as I know, in my own understanding of things,
yes,
there's no way that someone can come all the way from Mozambique and just find that there's still Fontaine and go out.
So what do you think happened?
There are people involved.
Which are, according to your view?
Anyone in the hierarchy, wherever, there are people, like I said.
Like ministers involved?
Maybe. We don't know.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yes.
Right? But there's no way. Like I said, because
yes,
I know people will refuse. And I'm still saying, if someone comes to dig a power line, a cable,
yes,
and is Nigerian, how did he know that cable is there?
Yeah.
Who told him, dig there?
So there is somebody who actually...
there has to be somebody.
Okay.
There is no way. And if you check that ordinary person, he doesn't even have a clue what is electricity.
Yeah.
Someone is there.
Oh, this is how it's happening.
Okay, guys, I'm bridging here, I'm doing that. You dig, and they dig.
Okay.
Right? Then they take the cable.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But obviously, I don't know whether it's my brother or one of my sisters who said people who were caught were Zimbabwens.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
They are caught. They are part of the crime.
The syndicate, yes.
Yes,
or
they are part of the crime.
I see.
Whoever it's like a drug cartel thing.
Yes.
You catch runners. They'll never tell you who is their person.
Who is their person?
They'll never.
Okay. Wait, Muruti, coming back to your Kibulok we mentioned earlier. I'm going to come to Stilfontein one in a minute. But the question is, do you think that this crime of Zimbabweans or any other foreign national is it facilitated by some of us in the hierarchy up there? Does anyone just wake up and say, I'm going to go South Africa and dig a hole?
Yes.
Somebody should have taken him from home. Do you agree with that? Yes or no? 064-548-776. So the question, how do we work a cable? Because when I was there on that cable thingy, what we saw as evidence was this plank, right? So what is being said was, by Beamudma cable life. Because the lady that was there from China, this hole is not dug in a day.
Yeah.
It's dug in a week.
Yes.
They dig, they put shrubs. They dig, they put shrubs. Until they get to the point of where they know, because that cable it's on same spot every now and then. Yeah. No different spot. And now what they do, how do they be able to cut this thing when it's live with so much volts? It's like, no, let me show you something. Then she shows me that plank with all those nails. They put on top of that live cable, then take a huge stone, then they throw on top of that thing. Obviously, as if it gets tripped, it's going to trip the main switch from the power station, right? Then it trips the second one next to the hospital, and then it blocks the whole, then it goes away.
Yes.
So that's how now they can, in that darkness, when we are panicking and everything, they now be able to cut. So is there ESCOM people there that time? Or is there someone who told them that?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I came 2008. How do I know that there's a cable here?
Some of them came before them, remember? Some of them came before we're not like one and
yes. Get my point, cause let us not run away from the facts.
Yes.
From reason.
Yeah.
To say, how does a Zimbabwean know that a cable moves here?
Okay.
Yeah.
How does Zimbabwe know
how does he know?
Down here? Yeah.
I'm not even trying to justify. I'm just saying that sometimes some of these things, we need to be fair. Yeah, they are caught.
Yeah.
Right? After being caught, they must be arrested, face the wrath of the law.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
So, as I wrap up, look, I need to go home now. It's late. So, as I wrap up, all I'm saying is that to South Africa.
Yes. Wait, before you wrap up, I'm going to play a voice note.
No. Remember, I'm a married man.
I know.
Yeah,
but your wife knows you're here. So she can call me and tell me,
that's not what we agreed.
The thing is hot.
Even if the thing is hot, I need to respect my marriage.
Okay, give me a minute. Let me play this voice note. Then you can be able to wrap up and close up. Let me play this one.
Can you please stop asking for a meeting with South African ministers? Ask to meet Mnangagwa and talk to your president to arrange and get his people out of South Africa. We are requesting as the South African. There's no such as thing here. We are not humanity. We are not being kind to them. We have hosted them for a long time. Can they please, please call the meeting with the NGOs in Zimbabwe and your president and your ministers in Zimbabwe, and leave our ministers and start packing your bags. Prepare when the year end is ending. Prepare and leave us with peace. We want to sort ourselves out. Please.
All right. Another one, Abu Felamuti?
No, Murut. You see, when it comes to illegal mining, we mustn't make crime romantic. Crime is crime. It needs to be sorted out. And those people are doing illegal things in South Africa, and it's wrong. We mustn't make crime romantic, please, Murut. Now those people are asking for mayonnaise and tomato sauce and ARV.
I've seen that.
They are disrespecting our government. No, Murut, no. You're making my blood boil now. No, Murut, we can't do that.
Yeah, all right. These are two voice notes out.
I'm not going to argue with Mama and say she's wrong in what she's saying.
Yes.
That's how she feels. That's how she views things. And I respect that.
Yes.
Right. And my closing remarks is that to South Africa, you've been nothing but a blessing. That's the whole truth.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And on this platform, I must say, my apologies to all the wrongs that Zimbabweans have done. And it is not right. I'll never praise it.
Yes.
To those that feel that Zimbabweans are not grateful,
yes,
my apologies again. To those that feel Zimbabweans are taking advantage, my apologies for that.
Yes.
And I, for one, as Mama has said now, that crime is crime. Whoever has committed, they've committed a crime.
Yeah.
They must be dealt with accordingly.
Yeah.
And many thanks for hosting us. As Mama said, I, for one, I'm already preparing and trusting God that He will lead me the way He wants me to go. What should I do? you are hearing, Bon, you are hearing the sentiments of the people.
Yes.
Okay? I don't know who said that it's ANC that caused this problem and whatnot. I can't remember which one of our contributors today mentioned that. So I don't want to find myself in a space where Kianka.
Wanka.
Yeah, I don't want to be like that.
Yes.
One understand.
Not accepted.
Yeah, Mina, I've done good in this country.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful for the opportunity that South Africa afforded me to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm a better person today because of Mzansi.
Okay.
Right? Mzansi has been a springboard in many areas of my life and my family. And many other Zimbabweans that have contributed positively to the country.
Okay.
But I cannot say our people that committed crimes, they must be exonerated. No.
Okay.
They must face the wrath of the law.
All right.
And if they are caught, they must be dealt with.
I see.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Thank you.
Modi, thank you so very much for taking time and being with us today, Mokhosi FM. We really appreciate it. As I said, he's a resident pastor. He's station. He said from the beginning, he's been with me ever since the beginning of all our trials and tribulations. He has been with us. And he's a legal CTPO. I'll never encourage crime myself because I hate crime. So I don't know if you'll be able to continue. Are you free on Wednesday?
For what?
For this, number 2. I said face away.
No. I'm done. I'm done.
You're not done, man. Come on.
Bona put course.
Let's continue and engage more.
Bona. The general feeling.
Yes.
Right? The general feeling of our people.
Yes.
Is that as a nation,
yes,
is that Zimbabweans must go.
Mm-hmm.
That's the general feeling. The only person who can change that, it is God himself.
Yeah.
No man can do that.
Yes.
That's how it is. Mnangagwa, whoever, no one can change that.
Yeah.
It's only God who can change that narrative. Others feel it's a bad narrative, others feel it's a good narrative, and the list goes on. So it's I don't see the reason why we should do a part 2. Maybe you can do it with somebody else who can probably give better answers.
No, that's good, can you?
No, I can't.
Why not?
I can't. Because Bon, our contributors,
yes,
I've understood them.
Yes.
They are clear.
Yeah.
They are clear.
Yeah.
They want me to be the voice, their voice to Zimbabweans.
To say go back home.
In simple terms, that's what they are saying to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to mince my words.
Yes.
That's what the message I'm getting. Even if they are saying Muruti, but I can feel that behind, if it were possible, they would not call me Muruti.
Yeah. No, but come on.
I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Bona, because I've lived in South Africa for 15 years.
Yeah.
15, 16 years.
Okay.
I've experienced life. I have heard things. I have seen things.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
I know getting into a church, right? And the moment they learn you're a foreign national, they don't listen to you.
Okay. When you are a pastor there or just an UNN member?
Either.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So it's a message on its own. It's just that sometimes it's only by the grace of God that you embrace that and find a way to deal with it without causing tensions, if I may put it that way.
All right.
Yeah. The general message is that Zimbabweans have been nothing but an eyesore to the nation.
Okay.
And the nation is saying, we are tired.
Go back home.
Go back home.
All right.
You understand? If one says, Muruti, mobilize your brothers and you go back. You see? It's clear. The message is just clear. So even if you are a Muruti, you are not accepted.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
One pastor from Free State once said, when was it? 2-3 years back? He said, all this thing that is happening and what people are saying about Zimbabweans and all that, and Yenana, we are touching all the nationalities. He says, while it's correct, but let's also exercise caution when approaching it.
Okay, he means what? Approaching what exactly?
Yeah. When approaching it, then he says, remember I said he's an elder in the faith, he's a pastor.
Yes.
I think he's in his almost 70. He says, remember we are also invited in these countries to go and preach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let's be careful how we handle this matter. Yeah. So, but as a people, we can't control what everyone thinks and how they think and how they feel. Yeah. You accepted me.
Yes.
Like you are announcing, we worked together. I never stole anything here.
Yeah.
I benefited.
Yes.
Spiritually.
Yes.
Yeah. Even mentally.
Yes.
I'm a better person.
Yeah.
Because of this studio. One understand.
Yes.
But not the next person. The next person sees differently.
Okay.
How many times have you thought that no, Spanda, relax? You know I could have gone home. Yeah, but you keep on saying, stay. You are legal. You have papers. Stay. How many have that feeling? You understand?
Yeah.
So generally, majority of our people, they are saying, and I agree with them, what Zimbabweans have done is more bad than good, according to their view.
Okay.
And they are saying they must score.
Yeah.
You understand?
All right.
And I'll be foolish to deny that because the facts are there. The facts are there. So my brothers and my sisters, if ever they're there and they're committing crime and whatnot, I am here telling them that this thing must stop. You don't have papers, go back home.
Okay.
If you have papers, you have heard.
Yeah.
You were listening to the show.
All right.
Prepare. They are saying you have enough.
Yeah.
You
Are
have
they
been-
listening? Did you share the message?
I shared to many that I could.
That we are going to be doing this today.
Yes, I shared to many as I could.
Okay.
Right? But at the end of the day, it is their decision. Yeah. Remember that. It is their decision.
All
So, Mina, like I always tell you, I listen to God. And when he says, Mfanak,
Kinako.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
thanks,
done.
Ruth.
But I appreciate really
Yeah.
those who were throwing questions at me.
Yes.
I take no offense.
Yes.
And I appreciate you educated me. You opened my mind to a certain level.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Okay.
And we see each other at the mall, wherever. Let's
Right,
greet.
very sad.
Hey,
Yes.
full stop.
Yeah, before I can let you go, let me play this last clips. Hey, there, boy.
Alright, goodbye. Tsamaya le modimo. Mara o itse ge ra le kopa tswetswe. Re tsweleng ka motse le le maZimbabwe. A go be yalo moruti. Amen.
Amen. All right. Arrive, the last one ki was bonang. Shem ki hona buang. I think maybe she had the premier the network. Arif Moruti answered ki that question earlier Houseberry and Hillbrook. Remember that other one they asked you who's there and you said everybody else is there. Arif Moruti answered like there is nothing wrong with foreigners occupying part of South Africa and creating unsafe environment for South Africans. Do Zimbabweans have any place in Zimbabwe that is a no-go area? Nah. Let me play a voice note to her. I'm sure she's going to.
Hey, Dr. Hosi, where I am, the network is not good. I wanted to say this to Moruti Sibanda before the show ends. I'm picking on Zimbabweans because a Zimbabwean killed 10 South Africans in Pretoria in 2022, kidnapped and asking for ransom from their families ranging from 2,000 to 5,000 rand. After payments from the families, that Zimbabweans was killing South Africans. I'm picking on Zimbabweans because a Zimbabwean in Limpopo in Seshego killed 7 South Africans, luring them to come and look for jobs, kill and rape them. Till today, 3 of those 10 South Africans women, we don't know where his accomplice buried those South African girls. I'm picking on Zimbabweans because the tourists in South Africa in Cape Town, Table Mountain, were terrorized, killed, and get robbed by a Zimbabwean. I'm picking on Zimbabwean because a Zimbabwean man killed a South African woman that he was dating in Eastern Cape because of a Sasaka together with her kids, 5 of them. I'm picking on Zimbabweans because Zimbabwean in KZN defrauded SASA 34,000 per month for years. I'm picking on Zimbabweans because Zimbabweans are here fighting us to be accepted in our community instead of fighting the black oppressor that they have. We all have corrupt government as Africans. We as South Africans don't need to deal with other Africans who are running away from that corrupt government. And there are no South Africans in Zimbabwe who are currently terrorizing Zimbabweans in Zimbabwe. We do not need Zimbabweans to come to South Africa and terrorize us. Lastly, I would like to ask Ntata Moruti, since Ariana is a ZEP holder, can he permit me to come and do verification in his church together with the other ZEP holders? The reason I'm asking that is, in all the companies, whether Northwest or whether Gauteng, that we did vetting for, the ZEPs are duplicated and are not in the system. Can Muruti allow me to come and do?
All right. Sorry about that, Muruti. Can you allow her to come and do a verification of your ZTPs, even in your church? I got on 8 or 7 holders.
8 or 7.
Yeah. So can you allow that? If she wants to come, can she do that with other, I believe, other progressive forces people?
That is if she is a Home Affairs official.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only if she's a Home Affairs official.
Yes.
Oh.
Because how will I know that, now she knows that this one is genuine, this one is not.
I see.
You understand?
Okay.
But in any case, I think, like I say to you, because that the message is clear. Yeah. The message is clear that even to the local members of the church.
Yes.
You can ask them. You've met them, some of them.
Yes.
I've told them that prepare that I'm going to leave. Not because I want to.
Oh, okay, yes.
Not because I want to.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm putting them also at risk.
I see.
You understand?
All right.
Because this thing is not as simple as people take it. Yeah. Because lives have been lost.
Okay, yes.
Lives have been lost.
Yes.
Right? Whether innocent or not. So it's important that people understand that. It's not just a matter of talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just a matter of talking.
Okay.
Lives can be disrupted.
Yes.
Like Mama is saying that people were raped, those were lives that were disrupted.
Yeah.
And it's not fair.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Either way, to the Zimbabwean side, when someone picks you just because you are a Zimbabwean,
yes,
you didn't do any crime.
Yes.
It traumatizes you as well. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Maybe let me share this. I don't know when was it on the news. There's a pastor or father in Roman Catholic or Methodist,
yes,
somewhere in Musina. He was crying. Ariana, look, I understand the circumstances of Zimbabweans, but at the same time,
yes,
while I hear they applied the crime
that they are committing,
yeah, the crime. Yes. I agreed. I don't disagree.
Yeah,
one understand.
Yes.
But Mina, all I'm saying is that, cause as we close,
yes,
I've heard what South Africa is saying. Yeah, but yeah, in simple terms, ban Roma hore bo na morut tsamaya le batho ba gago.
Okay.
Ba wena le tsamaya.
Yeah.
Mama, I think Mama Majol.
Yes.
She hasn't minced the words since we started.
Yes.
Yeah. She's just clear and straight to the point.
Yeah.
One understand.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her for that. She has her reasons and many experiences, maybe. Even all also yeah. Liena, I don't blame her. They are hurting. They had bad experiences. No one can undo that except God.
Yeah.
One understand.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying that this thing is very sensitive. And we shouldn't really take it lightly.
Yes.
One understand.
Yeah.
Even now, if I would say she must come, what if she gets there and starts shouting at people and insulting people?
Or she must come to the church.
Yeah.
And okay.
What do I do?
Yeah.
One understand.
Okay.
Do I want that on in front of me in my hands?
Yeah.
It's something else again.
Okay.
So we need to be personal. I believe we need to be sensitive, yet at the same time presenting our facts.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying that it's a very sensitive thing. The message I've just gathered from all my fellow brothers, my mothers, my aunts,
yes,
and sisters is that Zimbabweans must go, including me.
All right.
One understand?
Okay, Murut.
Yes.
I end up that. I've got a request, Pila. I don't know if you can be able to do it.
If it's this one, no. I got the message.
No. Yeah. I requested it from Mama Majola. She's not in the province as we speak. She's in somewhere. I can go follow and then the crime of Africans. Yeah. So she's not in the province at the moment, but she's coming back. And can we do this number 2 with her in studio on this coming Wednesday, possibly?
I'm clear. There's nothing more I need to hear
from them. Maybe they want to add more.
No,
and those who couldn't ask today, they can still be asked.
They can do that show. Okay.
Yeah.
And discuss.
But then why can't you be there? At least if you're there, we can be able to talk your perspective as well.
Bona, they are not. I believe, and I don't blame them. I believe, and I don't blame them. They are not in a space to want to really understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Then how about on Wednesday, possibly, please?
I can't.
Let's
never any other time.
Make me understand. Make them understand that part.
Never any other time. Because they are clear in their message.
Yes.
And their message is just that.
Okay.
Huri. Zimbabwe. Tswa.
Okay.
She's not confused.
Yes.
And we must respect that.
Yeah.
And I'll be foolish to be angry at her.
Yeah.
She's very clear. It's her home.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then now the best I can do,
yes.
Mama Jol, hey, at least by 8 through. Understand? That's the best I can do. If I want to discuss more,
yes.
Yeah. One understand?
Okay.
That's why I'm saying Kiba Utruile Bahol. Babulete. Mama Jola for one. I suspect she's older than me. So I must really respect and say, Mama,
okay.
So
you can't do this on Wednesday?
I can't. Any other time I can't.
You can't.
The only
so
time,
it was once off.
The only time I come here more studio, Kiarera, Kiatamaya, and my days are what? My days are numbered.
I get it shortened every day.
Yeah. So Bon, that's the reality that we live in.
Yeah.
We cannot run away from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. Moritis Banda Baholo, Moritis Banda Kio Felite. Yeah, you know what? Every person is patriotic about their country, and you mustn't be shy from being patriotic about your own country, no matter where you are. Americans, they put their flags outside their homes, and those who don't like it, they call them racist and whatnot. So, be proud of your country, wherever you come from. Are you from Zimbabwe? Are you from Mozambique? Are you from South Africa? Are you from wherever? Be proud of where you come from and be proud of who you are. But how that you can't do back home, don't do it next door.
It's very simple.
That's what I'm gonna say.
It's very simple.
Do not, if what you can do in your own country, do not do it on another person's country. And we see that baby zangas venda vingo. Vingo just came vingo.
My vendor is not that deep.
Yeah, with impunity, you could be like a bomb, I can do that. Then you're gonna face things like this, and then people will attack you, people will ban you like they did back in 2008 uprising, all those things, and then in a very big deal. Do not do that. You know, where we come from as South African, as people, we've got laws, we've got, like someone said earlier, they cannot do what they're doing here back home.
Yes.
That's why I've been saying as well myself. And it's not being xenophobic to tell, listen, you're wrong. But not like I always tell you for the past 3 years, the same noise when somebody goes, when xenophobic things are being said in defense of foreign nationals, let's hear the very same noise when there's a crime committed by the very same foreigners. Not in our name or in our status as foreigners. We're going to accept that. Then maybe we'll move on as stuff.
No, I think South Africans, one thing I believe and I know.
Yeah.
South Africans are clear. Yeah, they are clear.
Yeah.
They are progressive. They are clear.
Yes.
It's out there. Yeah. It's out there and it's clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But come Wednesday.
No. Mama Jola ke mutwi. Ke mutwi. O romile ngwana. So na mama o romile. Tshwantse ke etse se o mama
okay. But guys, just thank you so very much for today, man. This was the best show ever on Monday. One-on-one politics. Nalmuthisi Banda in the studio. Like I said, he's been with me for 3 years, this man, and he's a ZTP legal person to be here. So yeah. Bona. Tomorrow, Ruti, he'll be will be with us tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Tuesday.
Tomorrow Tuesday.
I'll catch you because I'm doing a hospital visit in Century.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Tomorrow
But I'll catch you during the program.
Yeah. Tomorrow we'll have Ruti topic. Why is it easier for Christians to be disobedient than unbelievers? Beautiful topic. We're gonna talk enigma. We're gonna put enigma in there as well. To talk about enigma, we want to see. That's what we want to talk about enigma. So and then we're gonna ask ourselves, sorry, how and why are now things like this happening in this time? What have we done so wrong? So the topic I got why as South Africans, Christians are the ones who are easy to be disobedient and unbelievers. We've seen people how they
Babi.
I think they're shown us as well.
Oh yes, those ones are shown. I get it's Mashona, it's Shembe that put white.
Yeah.
Shembe, they even paint stones white. So I hear.
Oh, keep on about. All right.
I hear. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I hear.
Yeah, look at those ones. They will stay in the rain. Barapela. In a heat. When I'm saying, oh, welcome, Uber, and all that. So, how do we do that? So, join us to 7:30 to 9:30 again on Khosi FM. And Wednesday, popular demand, or do we need to do number 2 of this show? Unfortunately, Mutizimanda won't be available, but yeah. If anyone wants to come and discuss this, yes,
he heard the message.
At least, after
Mama Jola.
Yeah.
First off, it's not that I'm sabotaging. I had the gist of the matter.
Yes.
Even our sister in Durban, the patriotic.
I'm a patriot, yes.
Yeah, I had that one was very clear from that time. If I had a choice.
Yeah.
I was going to end the show there.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. This has been live on Facebook, which is the one, and YouTube in the live show. And I'm going to send out the link to everybody who wants to watch it again and again and again. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I send this YouTube channel and make it as big as possible. The Khositsile live show on YouTube. I'm going to send you a link. How's it going to subscribe? You press the bell for every time we drop a show. You'll be notified or release the show and check it over there. So Bona, comment, share, like, especially liking if you like the videos that Namurut. They make it more popular on YouTube and then they push it up so people can see the content over and over and over again. But like I did research. So the more you like the video, the more the YouTube algorithm will push it up. How will I follow YouTube will which is on a live show. And it's our local radio station, so why not? Yeah. So, bye-bye. Good night. I will see you again tomorrow. More Khosi FM. And thank you so much again for taking your time. And your data, because Nahori data is very expensive. 91.6 kids in. I have to go buy data and sit down and put it in there and listen for 2-3 hours at a go. But whatever content we put out is beautiful. So thanks so much. Without you, we'll never be here. Thank you for being here today. Greet the family for me. Say to them, I'm sorry that it took you so long. But
no, really.
Thank you, Mudak.
Thank
Amen.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.